last night on Ronnie Mund when he went to Vegas and he was, the toast of the town. The most recent Ronnie Mund.
The Ronnie Mund extravaganza.
Yeah. And I'm looking at it. And I go, that fucking Robin makes me look bad. She looks 10, 15 years younger than me.
Oh.
So annoying.
It is?
Yeah, I looked kind of worn out, and you were looking very pretty and, no lines or anything on your face on camera. It's annoying.
Oh,
you make me look bad.
I'm sorry.
Get rid of you, too.
Well, you can always say I'm older.
All right. You are, but you do look younger than me, I got to say. Good for you. I mean, hey, that's not taking anything away from you, but I'm a mess.
Oh, stop.
You have to watch that
you
Ronnie.
Look younger than your years.
I was at dinner with someone the other night, and I go, yeah, I'm thinking of, maybe retiring. I don't know, but I got some opportunity. And he goes, how old are you, 62?
Oh,
I go,
stop it. Somebody said that to you?
Yeah. I go, 62? I'm fucking 56, and I look like I'm 40. Are you kidding me? You must have just been jealous how hot I am.
That's what it was.
That's right.
Who said that?
Brad Gray. No, because when I talk about retiring, they think I'm an old guy.
Right.
That's what I think.
It was the conversation.
Yeah. So, whatever. Cares. But, no, you looked young on the special.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was a good special, too. Because you got all that tape of Ronnie running around with the girls.
And his definitions. Oh, my God.
That's the special with the definitions.
So I'm actually I'm making up my own gentleman's club dictionary right now. Definition of hot girls. Okay? Written by me. And as soon as I saw you, I already have my definition already in mind, knew what I was going to say. Beautiful redhead, which is awesome, number one. And my definition for her is in a league of her own. Here's the definition of above smoking. I mean, just look at her. Look at this girl's face. I mean, the minute I saw her, all I kept doing was looking for those eyes. Those eyes get you, like, forget it. You can't stop looking at her eyes. And then she turns at you with that smile. It makes you want to fuck the shit out of her. I'm sorry. No offense, no offense.
I'm taken.
Beautiful body, love her tattoo. The definition of her. I can't even talk about this one. That's the worst part. Just rubbing my nipples. I can't even think, dude.
She is a piece of fucking
My
work.
definition for you.
Really, for anyone on Howard TV, when you watch that, you got to understand that I never, ever envisioned a day when Ronnie the limo driver would really be representing me in some weird way. I know he gets, I remember about 15, 20 years ago, Ronnie was just my driver. And he even used to say to me, hey, how come I never get an appearance? But he was kidding around and stuff. But
he was so far in the background.
Right.
You wouldn't know who he was. You wouldn't know anything about his personality. Right. You would know nothing.
Yeah, we rarely had him on the air. One time he fought with Sam Kinison. It was fun. He's funny. But he basically waited in the car for me. And then when this whole security thing happened, and I said, gee, I'd like Ronnie to do it. He's conscientious. I never envisioned it. Like, he'd be up here, and then somehow he'd work his way onto the show. And now he actually is getting personal appearances.
He has a whole he has his own niche.
Yeah.
That all of these things he will be doing.
And he's up here, and he's got a whole thing going. Yesterday, we're walking out. And for this semester, I haven't really met a lot of the interns or anything. But, we're walking out in the hall, and there's a, young, attractive lady out in the hall. And, we said, oh, hello. And then Ronnie goes, hello, Smiles.
Smiles. That's his definition for her.
So I said, oh, this must be an intern. Ronnie, or she must work here.
Right. And he's already got a nickname for her.
He goes, hello, Smiley. or Smiles. I don't know what it is. And I went, oh, my God, do I lecture him now? I'm so tired of lecturing him. Like, what do I do? I'm just so worn out because every time I stick my head out of my office and I see what goes on out here,
You have to deal with it.
I have to deal with it. Like yesterday even, like just Gary and Ross arguing during my show hours. I don't want it. I want him concentrating on the show, not on sales, not on bullshit. You know, I want him on the show. That's why I have him here. I don't want Ross back here arguing with people during the show. It's too much of a circus back there. Then I'm walking up. Hello, Smiles.
Who is Smiles, Ronnie?
But he has nicknames for the... Now, I don't think he has a nickname for any of the other interns.
No, not the guys.
No.
He didn't even know that they exist.
And I know he thinks he's being charming, but if I was a young... I don't know how old the girl is, like 19, 18. If I'm an 18-year-old girl and this fucking 60...
Granddad.
Grandpops is calling me Smiles, I'm creeped out of my fucking brain. You know what I mean? I don't know why he has nicknames for girls.
He's so, I mean, doesn't he realize he's supposed to be a professional?
He thinks he's being charming.
But there's a professional way. It's not time for charm while he's on the job.
Remember when Ronnie only invited, this was a couple of years ago, only invited the female interns to his block party?
Oh, yeah.
That was wild. Hey, we like to all have fun, and I'm not that friendly with the boy interns.
Right. Why is
Scores,
that?
man, is about having fun, motherfuckers.
I mean, he became a whole personality. I'm watching this special yesterday. I'm glued to it. Howard TV, good job. And then he's standing there like a vampire with these young strippers, and he's giving them ratings and nicknames. And
Where are you now that we're talking about you? I want to know about Smiles. How do you come up with that?
I think what happened is Ronnie thinks because all these young strippers have to pretend to be attracted to him that all young girls really do like him.
He thinks he's got some kind of aura for women.
Yeah. He's really buying into it. Hey, Smiles.
What the fuck is your problem?
I almost wanted to pass out.
You know, what is with you? You can do whatever you want.
I don't do anything. I stay in here and work. I stay in my corner.
Yeah, good. Yeah, bullshit.
Hey, Smiles. What's your name?
So what is the problem? I'm trying. You know what?
Smiles.
Why do you have a
you know what? And I never fucking. You keep bringing this bullshit up that I kept saying to you in the car about personal appearances.
You did. Years ago, you said, hey, how come
bullshit.
I'd like to get a personal
Howard,
appearance.
please.
All right. I must have misheard you.
Bring it back. Look it up, okay? When did I ever fucking say that?
Smiles.
Give me a break.
You know I'm going to start calling you Smiles?
Bring her in. She's here.
Bring her in.
Smiles is here.
Is her name Smiles or Smiley?
Katie.
No. Is her name Smiles or Smiley?
Smiles.
Do you have any nicknames for the other interns?
No, it's just the only girl here.
She's the only one that rated a definition.
Nobody else, they don't smile the rest
Ronnie,
of them.
it's not,
got cocks. I don't care.
Come on.
Ronnie, it's not charming. These girls don't want to hear that from you.
Dude, what do you care? What does it bother
What do I
you? I'm
care?
not doing anything
It's the
to her.
Howard Stern
I'm
show.
not doing anything
And
to
then
her.
when
What
they
am I
go back
doing?
to school, they'll
if
say,
I was
yeah,
going to,
there's
hey,
some
stupid asshole
guy
bitch,
there.
then I could see you saying something. What am I saying?
Grandpappy doesn't need to come
here
up
he
with
goes.
names.
See, now he's got to bring up fucking age.
Yeah, we're too old
Because
for that.
somebody fucking said you were old.
We're too
so
old.
now you're fucking taking it out on me? Bullshit, pal.
Hi, Smiles.
She is Smiles.
Hey, look at her smiling.
Yeah. She walks around smiling all the time. What's wrong with that?
And I like that you notice. Hi,
Okay, so what's wrong with
Hi,
that?
Smiles.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
That's Katie.
Explain to this maniac.
Yeah, maniac. What do I do to you, Katie? Do I bother you?
No.
Oh, now it's Katie? Because you realize you're fucking being pervy?
No, bullshit, dude.
She's a very pretty girl.
Please, somebody called him old. Now he's all upset.
No,
He's going to take
that's
it out
not-
on me.
How old are you?
He's going to take it
20.
out on me now.
What?
I'm 20.
How old are you, 62? So now you're all upset. You're taking it out on me.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
You're a 20-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. Here's what happens to you.
Here's what happens to me. Okay. Here's what happens.
You go to
me.
Scores, and these girls are
Yeah,
paid
I don't go
phone-
to Scores. Let's get that
I mean,
straight.
Ricky,
Ricky's,
man,
Ricky,
Ricky,
man,
Rick.
Ricky,
Let's
man.
get that straight.
All right. Ricky's. Rick Cabaret.
Yeah. That's right.
Listen to me. Those girls at Rick's, they're young, beautiful girls, and they're paid money to make you feel like a king.
I don't give a shit.
Listen,
Listen, why don't you learn?
Listen for a moment.
You haven't learned the fucking thing.
I know exactly, because he says it all the time. How could I not fucking know what he's going to say?
You haven't
But
listened yet.
a young girl who works here, she's a college girl. What college do you go to?
William Patterson.
Let me explain to you that she's a human being. And she's a
I
kid.
know she's a human being.
Kid.
And I'm nice to her all the time.
And she's got
Am I not
parents.
nice to you?
You're nice, yeah.
Explain to him that you don't need a name like Smiles. Am I correct or not? Would you explain it to the fucking guy?
Well, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's not really. There's no like flirtation
but
or
you know
innuendos.
that's the start. You know, if he was,
Yeah, that's the start.
If he was
right.
an executive.
Give me
And
a
he
break.
was in the office,
Okay.
and the next thing you know, you're Smiles instead of Katie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
a weird thing.
Well, tell me, on any level, would you just like to be Katie as opposed to Smiles?
I guess I'd rather be Katie. Yeah, I'd rather, since I'm an intern, I'd rather have an actual name than a nickname.
Right.
Yeah.
Ronnie's pet name for you isn't exactly turning you on?
Not really, no.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
Did you hear
it's
that?
nice, but
Turn her on,
Did
dude.
you hear that?
Dude.
But did you hear that?
Oh, please. I know. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
No, I didn't.
Because somebody said you were old. Please, give me a break.
Has he brought you a donut yet?
no, he hasn't.
No.
No.
No treats.
I don't
He
go
used to do that, but I stopped him from
No,
that.
that's bullshit. I never gave the interns donuts.
This is a fact. Ronnie once said
Yeah, Ronnie once said.
to a female intern, "Hey, cutie, where'd you buy those dimples?"
Oh my God!
Yeah, I did say that, okay? I
He did.
say
Did
I
you
know
get
it.
those at Dimples or Russ?
Okay, keep putting up the notes. Keep putting up the notes. We brought this up already, so why are you going over it again?
Because I'm
'Cause
trying
you
to
haven't
explain
learned.
to you. You don't.
Because I
listen.
didn't do anything wrong, okay?
Katie,
See, you can't even convince him
No.
of anything.
No.
you know what? And Katie's,
You know what? I won't
Katie's,
talk. How's that? Is that better?
Who told you not
Ah.
to? Who told you not to talk? Me.
Yeah.
Don't talk to the interns.
I don't talk to them.
How do you even
They
know
all
her?
fucking hate me. I don't talk to them.
How do you even know her? Like to even get to the point that you call her Smiles.
Oh God! Please.
When did he start calling you Smiles? How long did it
break.
take before?
Katie,
Well, I
when
think
was it?
I've only been here about 4 weeks, and I think it was maybe the second weekend, second or third week.
Second weekend.
Okay.
So when was the first time? When the first
You're
time?
gonna jump on his bandwagon now.
No. The first time you heard the name Smiles, did it take you by surprise?
We just like, oh, hey, Smiley, you're always smiling. So at first I was like, okay, well, I guess it seems like I'm being nice to everyone, but because it was only my second week here, but
Right.
yeah.
I
just
didn't
caught on.
know angels could fly so low.
God.
I got a new nickname for you, sweetie. It's Thief, because you've stolen my heart.
Nice line, Fred.
Well, that's what you sound like. That's
I
what
never
you sound
said.
like.
Did I say that to her?
Where'd you buy
Miles,
those
I've got
dimples?
3
Did I
months to
fucking say that?
live. Help me.
Jesus Christ.
Does anyone else around here have a nickname for you, or just Ronnie?
Just Ronnie.
Just Ron.
No, but all the other guy interns hit on her though. I don't hit on her.
All right, they're young men.
interns.
They're interns. You are not.
I didn't say I was. What are you
all
nuts?
the other young interns, you're not one of them.
Robin, please.
You're a fucking
Give me a
grandfather, for
fucking
God's
break.
sake.
You are not one of them.
Yeah, okay, Robin.
He wants to be an intern. You want to be an intern?
Yeah, let me be an intern,
So you
please.
can work for free?
Yeah, I'll work for free.
right.
Do some
Please.
coffee runs.
I want to be an intern.
Katie, let
wrong
me say
with you?
something. Katie or Kate, I don't know what you
Good
prefer.
God, man. Somebody telling you you're getting old is bad, huh?
Kate, how old is your grandfather? Is he alive?
Yes. He is in his 70s.
All right, 70s. All right, so Ronnie's about 8 years spread
Oh,
between you and you.
bullshit, dude. Here we go.
Does your grandpa call you Smiley?
He doesn't know.
No. Does he ever call the other young girls Smiles? No. Can you imagine? So 2 or 3 weeks in, he came up with the name Smiles.
I'm leaving. I'm not taking this bullshit no more.
Oh, what?
I'm trying to teach you. Why don't you learn from me instead of fighting me? Girls don't like that.
I don't really care.
You don't care what girls like?
Dude, I don't give a shit.
Oh, my God.
Of course you do.
What do
Don't
you give
want-
a shit about?
Nothing.
Oh, God.
You sound like a guy who gives a shit. You're yelling and screaming like a wild man.
No, because this is like a reoccurring thing with you.
Because, Ron, it's
All right.
silly.
Okay,
why are you making a name for her? She's Kate.
Whatever, dude.
She's here to work.
She's here to work. She doesn't want to be
Not
styled.
to amuse you.
Dude, I don't follow her around and bother her all morning.
She knows guys
please.
hit on her all the fucking time.
Yeah, okay.
Can't she come to work without that?
Be one of the guys who doesn't hit on her. She'll find
I'm
that
not
way more
hitting on
attractive.
her. What are you talking about?
Are you attracted to him at all? On a sexual level?
God,
No, I'm not.
You're not. All right. So now you know
you
you can stop the smiles.
What
with
an
you.
idiot! What
Yeah.
kind of thing is that
She
to
noticed
say?
you,
See, now
Ronnie.
that's
She
being
noticed
crazy.
you. She's not looking for you.
Yeah, okay. Nobody said she was. You got a major issue in your head, man. Maybe you should go back to 4
I
days.
think we need a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
in-house
when are we taking that test?
constantly
When are we taking that
to
test?
deal with you.
When are we taking that test?
I'm ready.
I want to
I'm
know. I
ready.
want to take that fucking test.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
It's, again,
Ron.
some people think it's a problem.
Ron,
What?
I'm a really bright guy. I am.
I didn't say you weren't.
Listen to me.
Didn't say you weren't.
Listen to me.
Never said you weren't.
With interns.
Sometimes you have things though in your head that are not completely
That's
right
true.
too. Okay?
That's right. That's
You're not
right.
always right, dude.
That's right.
Sorry.
Let's assume I'm a bright guy.
You are a bright guy.
And
you
I
wouldn't
might-
be here if you weren't a bright guy. We all
Right.
wouldn't be here if you weren't
All
a bright guy.
Can we
But
let you talk for a
no,
second?
No,
no,
he's
I'm
embarrassed.
talking
He's
now.
embarrassed.
Not
I've embarrassed him.
No,
When he
I'm
talks
not
like this, he
embarrassed, dude.
filibusters.
No,
He's embarrassed.
bullshit. Bullshit.
Go ahead.
Just
You
don't-
talk.
No.
Go ahead.
No, go
No,
ahead.
you say, "Can I talk?" Go
It's
ahead.
it's your show. It's
You
your,
really have nothing
you're
to
the
say.
general.
He
You're the
doesn't have a
general.
thing to say, he
No,
just
dude,
talks
you're the
over
general.
you.
General
All right.
Stern is over there in his
All right,
chair.
I'll talk.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm telling you, after a lot of years of therapy, after a lot of years of life, and dealing with a lot of important people, I can honestly tell you that this girl doesn't want a nickname from you, Smiles.
Fine. No problem. It's done.
And when I was
okay.
right, and when I was walking out with you yesterday, and you called her Smiles,
That was the day before, okay? But you don't forget anything.
I
okay?
cringed. I cringed.
She wasn't here yesterday.
I cringed because
Cringed.
yeah, you had me on 𝗛cie𝗿𝗿𝗍. You understand?
Oh, God, man. Leave me alone.
Because
No material for 6 o'clock hour,
No,
I
no,
guess. It's all me. My turn today.
you said I
I'm
could talk.
listening. Go
All
ahead.
right. So what I'm saying is, while you think you're being charming,
Okay.
women get creeped out by that stuff. This young girl, Kate, is saying to you, I don't need a nickname from this guy. I'm just trying to smile and be pleasant. You're the only one with the name Smiles. Look, I know she's cute, and I know it's hard to be around cute girls sometimes. And
Well, get some self-control.
you got to control it.
What am I doing? I taking my dick out of my pants or something? What is wrong with you?
Oh, the dick out of the
What are you
pants.
talking about?
That hasn't happened
Get some
yet.
self-control.
No.
You haven't seen his
What's
dick?
No, I
your
haven't, no.
problem there? Yeah, shake your head. Keep reading your news, okay? Leave me alone. Nobody's talking to you.
I mean, the real issue is I have to remind you of this every semester.
Right, every semester.
I mean, when you invited all the female interns to your
No,
party,
that's not.
And
That's
the man-
also
it's true.
bullshit.
It's not a
What?
bullshit.
I invited who I wanted to invite.
They all just
They all
happened to be.
No, that's not
female.
true. There were guys there.
There were.
Not any,
But a handful of guys that I wanted to
not
be
male
there.
interns.
Yes, they were.
No,
No.
there weren't, Ronnie.
Oh, bullshit. Anybody who was
What,
at
Gary?
Jason's saying that Ronnie did. I don't remember this, but Jason remembers it well. He said that Ronnie did invite guys after you yelled at him.
Right.
That
I
they
know.
were only girls.
Oh God, Jason remembers everything. Okay.
Do you
Whatever.
Do you get hit on by a lot of guys? I imagine you do.
I do, yeah.
You do. So you've heard it all.
Yeah.
Right.
I've gotten nicknames before.
Other than
so.
Smiles, have I ever done anything?
No, I didn't
No.
accuse you of
that,
that.
that I was
What
coming
was
on
said.
to you or
No.
something?
I was
No, what the
waiting
fuck
until
are you
next week to
talking
break
about,
out
dude?
You're
red.
the only guy around who has a nickname for her.
Oh,
and you
I don't
need
believe that. I don't believe that.
You think
I don't
other-
believe?
He
There's
doesn't
a
believe
Scott's intern wants to ask her out in the worst way.
It's an
He don't-
intern. He's
He's
in
a
her
kid.
age
He's
group.
not a kid.
And
He's
they're
28
all doing
fucking
the
years old.
same thing.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Okay.
He's an intern.
Right.
Fine.
Interns want to date other interns.
I don't want to date
can't-
her. I
You-
didn't ask to date her. When
you
did
work
Did I ask
here.
you to date you?
No,
Did I ask
no.
to date you? What the hell is wrong
He
with
doesn't
you?
get it on any level.
He's not
You're
listening.
I
talking
don't-
to a wall.
Yeah, that's right.
A gray wall.
Can I ask her a question?
Yeah.
Do you feel like Ronnie's flirting with you?
Not really, no, but I'd rather, since this is an opportunity, it's an internship, I'd rather, I guess, not have a nickname. I'd want to be treated like an intern and actually work.
Right. I admire you.
Yeah, I follow her around all day. I call her Smiles all day long. I trail her through the hallways.
I'm walking
I walk in the bullpen.
I see a
Because she was walking straight at me, holding the door for us, and smiling. So I said, "Hey, Smiles, how you doing?" Boy, that was really
That's
fucking.
a line.
That was really fucking.
What did
horrible.
I do? I said, "Oh, hello," and that's it.
You don't even know her name.
You're not helping her at all.
There's a
because
reason for that.
Howard doesn't remember Katie. He remembers Smiles. What good can that do her?
Hey, don't even you go there, because you don't even know who your fucking intern is.
She knows who I am.
Yeah, now, but she never. Half the time she never knew.
And you shouldn't know
She
her
never
either.
knew who her interns were.
And you shouldn't
she's
know
not
either.
She didn't know their
intern.
names.
Why do you
She
know
didn't even
her?
know their names.
Why do you
Oh,
know
really?
her?
Oh, that guy's my intern?
Oh, stop.
Why do you know her?
please. Because
You
I'm
don't need
supposed
to
to
know.
know who everybody is. That's why.
You're supposed to know Kate, not
No, I'm
Smiles.
supposed to know everybody here, okay?
What are the other interns' nicknames so you remember?
I don't
them?
have any
Grumpy,
nicknames.
sneezy.
Are you done now?
You know, it's a funny thing.
20 to 7.
Well,
You done
listen.
now?
You're going to have another private conversation
I
because
am.
this is
Okay,
ridiculous.
good. Let's have a private
Those are real
conversation.
comfortable.
Let's go. Let's have another one. I can't
No,
wait.
I'm walking out, and you know,
Here we
track
go. Bring it up. Here we go again. It's like a broken record. I'm walking out, and here's this girl, and Ronnie says, "Hey,
No,
Smiles."
that's not what I was going to say. So I'm walking out, and this is a girl I haven't really seen before.
Yes.
She's holding the door for me. I go, "Thank you," and I hear, "Thank you, Smiles."
Okay, so you said that 5 times already.
So I go.
Why do you keep bringing? Why do you keep
"What?"
drumming?
So now, of course, I catch on. This must be a new intern.
That Ronnie thinks is really cute.
Yeah, and Mr. Charming has come up with a name.
Okay.
The ambassador
Right.
to the Howard Stern show.
Right. The ambassador.
The ambassador general.
Right. No, you're the general, dude. Not me. You're the general.
Look,
it's your army.
He's taken with you.
Everybody's
you know.
got their little guns, but you got the machine gun.
I'm flattered.
Right. I know. I listen. He means no harm. That's what I'm telling you.
Right.
Well, he can harm her.
Right.
He's harmless.
Yeah, I keep him.
That's good. That's good.
Keeps me in a cage.
I take the saber tooth and make him a snaggle
He's
tooth.
been defanged.
Yeah,
right.
defanged.
Exactly.
You know. But anyway, listen. So what college are you going to?
William Patterson University.
Things working out for you there?
Yep.
Yeah. Ronnie, you gonna go visit her at the dorm?
Done.
Do you think?
I'm a commuter. I don't dorm.
Do you think your friends would like to meet Ronnie?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Do they all
me, the girls, and
smile
Ronnie?
like you?
What is this?
You're on fire, man.
What do you mean I'm on fire? I'm telling the truth, okay?
Fucking screaming your head off.
It's too bad.
Why is
So,
I'm not upset.
why does this bother you so
It's the
much?
same fucking shit all
Come
the
on,
time.
man, talk to us.
Please, give me a break.
You don't want to talk?
I got nothing to say.
What's the matter,
I got
Grumpy?
nothing to say, man.
Oh, my dad listens to the show.
You could bring Ronnie to the dorm.
Oh, yeah.
You live in the dorms or you live at home?
I live at home.
You
Yeah,
live at
I'm a
home.
commuter, yeah.
Right. Did you tell your parents he has a name for you, Smiles?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, they must have been thrilled.
They thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good thing they have a sense of humor.
Right. Because Ronnie's defanged, it's funny.
All right.
Well, my dad listens to the show, so he knows how Ronnie is.
He
so.
knows all the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so
He knows this is an insane asylum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna insist that Ronnie call you Kate from now
Okay,
on.
sounds good.
Call me crazy.
You have a nickname too.
Yeah, what do you want to be on the air? Is that your goal? Do you want to be a salesperson? What do you want to do in radio? Or you don't even want to be in radio, maybe?
I actually have a strong interest in radio now. I started
Yeah.
working at the radio station at my school, and now I'm here, so I'm really liking it. So I don't have a dream goal yet, but I'm getting there. I'm liking radio a lot.
Well, I can tell you in radio, most stations don't have a guy walking around the hall calling you Smiles.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. It's much worse.
Oh,
Yeah, right. But anyway, good to meet you, Kate.
it was very nice meeting you too, Howard.
And we'll retire the name Smiles.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. That's Kate, everyone, our intern.
Go back to your cloud, you angel, you.
You know,
and
it's funny.
This Ronnie, you can't talk to.
No. Most guys, most of the stations I walked around, my nickname was "You Suck."
Dick.
You suck dick, asshole.
Good morning, Dick.
How is it Ronnie's never come up with a nickname for any of the guys? How did that work out? Explain it to me. I don't understand.
He's too funny.
He's a pisser, that guy.
But, you know, as a general rule, Howard doesn't like the guests being bothered. Howard feels everything's a bother. So he feels like when you ask somebody something that it's a bother to them. And listen, it's his show. It's totally his prerogative. And maybe it is a bother. Like, maybe George is too nice a guy to say, I really don't want to do that.
Do you think Steve made a mistake not coming in today?
Huge, huge tactical error on Steve's part.
Why is that?
Because he paints everybody into a corner and explains to you why they have to answer his questions. Steve should have come in and just sort of said, hey, I agree with you, I made a mistake, or I disagree with you, and here's my argument. But how is what Howard was saying about Steve Langford any different than the argument between Steve Brandano, Steve the intern for the purposes of this, so everyone remembers. Remember Steve Brandano went to an event and his girlfriend at the time was there and he said he didn't want her interviewed.
That's right.
And Langford goes, it's part of the story. What's the difference?
And, well, another thing about that, Howard wasn't looking to talk to Steve's daughter or family there. He wanted to talk to Steve. And I guess when family comes up, all of a sudden you want to sort of change things.
What happens is when you have a big sensitivity to it, it's at that moment you have to decide whether you're going to go in or not, and then you sort of dig in and hold your ground. And you know, Steve's got to come in sooner or later.
How did he react when you went back to get him?
I called Steve. Jason called Brad, and he said, "Yes, Steve's here." So I said on the microphone, "Steve will be here any minute." And then all of a sudden, I noticed it. You know, it's a 30-second walk over here. So a minute and a half went by, and I said something's wrong. So I got up out of my chair and I walked over there, and I said to Brad, "What's going on?" He goes, "He's not coming in." And I'm like, "What?" I couldn't believe it because it's just not Langford. So I walked over, and Langford put up his hand and he said, "Listen, his daughters are off limits. My daughter's off limits." And I was like, but Steve, and he's just like, he didn't want to hear it, so I just came back and reported it because I figured I'll let Howard handle it tomorrow.
Well, like you said, eventually he's coming in anyway. So now, I mean, does it make him a hypocrite?
Yeah, I think it does. I really do. I like the guy. I can like a guy. And I think his news stories are amazing. But yeah, it's a hypocritical of him not to show up today on this count.
Rich in Pennsylvania, welcome to the Wrap-Up Show.
Hi, guys. Hey, I want to talk about Langford. Gary, I think you're right. He's lost all credibility. Now when he comes in, what he did to Jenks, painting him into the corner, all Jenks has to do, all any of y'all have to do from now on is say, let's talk about your daughter interviewing George. And he's got no credibility, none whatsoever anymore. He just wussed out like a big puss.
I want to know how old he is. I want to see his birth certificate.
I don't care how old he is. He acted like a 4-year-old. Oh, you can't talk about that. He talks about everybody else's problems. Even after they tell him not to, he'll go right in after it. So
I think it's going to end up being one of those things where he even now, if he's listening to this, he probably thinks to himself, you know what? I should have just gone in and dealt with it because it's just gotten bigger than it has to be.
Well, you know, guys, when he starts, it's going to happen. He's going to bust somebody's balls on something, and it's going to come before Howard, him, and whoever. And I can just hear it. I can hear it's almost like you can write the dialogue. He's going to be busting on you. Hey, let's talk about George, your daughter, in the interview. I can hear it coming.
I don't think Howard's going to press him too much about it tomorrow, but you're right that other people probably will.
Well, it's a guy who seems Teflon that's now exposed a sensitivity, and when people want to fight, that's what you go for.
And maybe he was hoping that, okay, I'll sit back, Howard will blast me on the air right now, a day passes, it blows over, it's not as big of a deal. Howard's ready to move on to the next thing, so the damage is a lot less.
Or he'll get rid of his daughter.
Well, that's not going to happen. But I do think I forgot which one of you guys said it though. A lot of people are going to definitely keep this bullet and wait, and they're going to use it when they get the chance. Thanks for calling in there, Rich. Eddie in Pennsylvania, you're on the wrap-up show. Hey, Eddie.
Yes. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hello. Yes. I just want to voice some support for Steve Langford. I think Howard should have called him aside after the show and found out the whole deal with family. I agree with Steve. If Howard's kids are off limits, so is Langford's daughter till he knows exactly the circumstances.
But we know what the deal is. There's nothing special in there, and we weren't going to talk. Howard wasn't going to ask him anything about his kid except to say to Steve. In other words, without going into Steve's family life, I'm pretty sure his daughter didn't say, "Oh, I'm a huge 𝗦𝗵cie fan. Let me interview him for my school project." So Howard probably would have explored how did that come up and why were you getting involved in it? And that has nothing to do with his daughter.
I just think, to me, it's just the father doing something he could for his kid. If he did overstep his bounds, I would have approached him first because it involved a child myself.
But okay, but that's a great.
You can, show.
But that discussion can be had on the air without bringing the daughter into it in any way that's going to expose any more than what we already know.
And Eddie, I also think if Steve hadn't had the track record of talking to different people on the show with different circumstances, this wouldn't be as big of a deal. But that's not the way it is.
Yeah, and I said to Howard. Howard said, "How did this?" We talked about this during the because Will did the notes. And Howard goes, how did Langford even get to him? And I said, I think he spent a week with him, traveling around with George. I'm sure they developed some sort of friendship, but Howard wasn't. He wouldn't buy in that.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Jenks, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Jenks. This whole Langford thing, I talked to him back in his office, and he said he doesn't answer to Howard. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where he gets off saying that. How does he get off not answering to Howard on this issue? He gives it to everybody else, but when it's his turn to get it, he doesn't take it.
Jenks, don't you, Gary? Steve is scheduled to do the news update tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, he'll answer to Howard tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm going to call in tomorrow to remind Howard to ask Steve Langford about this, and I encourage anybody who's listening to the show to call in and ask Howard to remind Steve Langford about this.
By the way, so Steve will sit and talk to you on the phone?
Yes. Well, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But I called mercilessly this morning because I knew that he had to go in the studio, and he finally did answer, and he said he doesn't answer to Howard. I don't answer to Howard.
Here's the problem for Steve. Jags, how many times did you call me or email me this morning with suggestions about how this should be handled?
Probably 10 or 20.
Exactly. The first email was at one point. The first email was, "This is bullshit." The second one is, "You better get Langford in." The third one is, "Langford has to come in and repeat." Then it was a phone message, and there were more emails, and that's just Jags.
Gary, I was really upset, man. I was furious.
I could tell.
How did he get away with this?
Well, Jags.
Wait. Are you upset about what he's accused of doing, which he said getting the interview, or are you upset that he wouldn't talk to Howard?
No, you figure it this way. When Langford calls somebody on the carpet with a news story, okay, they are expected to come in and answer to Howard for it or talk about it to Howard. How does Langford get to put his hand up and say, point taken? What if everybody did that every time Langford wanted to interview them?
But people
put
can't.
their hand up and said,
Jenks, you make a very fair point. You're going to get your answer tomorrow morning.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿 came in and he told us, we found out that I guess they basically have an agreement where Brad doesn't listen while George is on, and George talked about that. George discussed kissing one of the guys on the show, and we talked about Governor Ventura and I having a nice, friendly discussion and all.
Now joining us, and he's always gracious enough to do this every time he comes in, is the Stern Show announcer, Mr. 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿. And George, you're back again, and in the mix with Brad's weight, and your relationship seems to come up quite a bit whenever you do the Stern Show.
Doesn't it? And it's a good thing that Brad doesn't listen in when I'm on. He is addicted to this show, but he refuses to listen in when I'm on because, well, he has given me free reign. He says that's the way the show works, but he doesn't like to hear what I have to share when I have free reign.
When did that start?
From the very beginning.
Right, from day one,
Day one, he would not listen when I'm on. And he gets it from, there's that guy who writes capsule synopsis of what happened, and that's how he finds out about it.
But you've gotten some crap once in a while in the past. How does he find out about stuff like that? You know, like your bachelor party? Like, how did he find out about that?
Well, that was written about.
Right.
And then other people email him, too. So
See, I'm telling you, being in a gay relationship is just like a marriage relationship because sometimes people email my wife and tell her shit I did on the show.
George, how,
just like regular people.
George, how would Brad react if he heard about that innocent kiss that you and Benji had today? Would he know that it's part of the show, or would he be a little upset?
He would know it's about part of the show because we go to parties or we meet other gay couples and we greet them with a kiss. I mean, it's part of
but not an open mouth kiss.
Well, actually, George, Brad just went on your Twitter account.
He did?
He said he knows about the Benji kiss, and Sunday is off. Off with capital letters.
Well, then I'll try for Monday.
It's a good thing you weren't with a model, or it could have been the whole month of May.
See, Benji, see what you did? Sorry, man. You're too cute.
Did you guys connect at all during that moment? Did you see something in each other's eyes?
I saw him pull back right away. I mean, I felt him.
No, I didn't connect in a sexual. I like George a lot, so.
And I like you.
Thanks.
You got beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
So
he's embarrassed.
Look at him. He's blushing.
Beat red.
Hey, Ronnie, while we had you here, beforehand, when we were talking, I told Benji about this. You said what Benji did today with Jesse Ventura, that's not a rare occurrence. He does that all the time.
He does it. He does it as a thing for TV, I think. And, when I tell him a lot of times, I'll say to him, like, Benji, go away from the guests or whatever. And he'll just look at me and he'll smile and he'll just keep on doing it. And I think he thinks I'm picking on him. But Benji doesn't realize that I do work for Howard, and Howard does have certain rules. And I do abide by those rules that he asked me to, to enforce. And we had the same problem. Can you let me talk?
I didn't know you worked here.
Could you let me talk?
I didn't know you worked here.
When Richard and Sal, we had the same problem with more Sal than Richard.
I didn't recognize you. I'm sorry.
He used to do the same thing.
I thought you were just some guy in the hall.
Howard got upset about it too, and I used to tell Sal, and he also used to ignore me about it. And then until Howard blasted him, then he realized that he wasn't really supposed to be doing this stuff.
So do you think Benji will continue to ignore you now after what happened today?
It came to the point when Howard really blew up today, and I don't think Benji realized how mad he was, but he really was mad. And I don't think Benji realized how mad he was about the whole thing. I mean, I know you yelled back at him. I don't know with you. You never know if it's shtick or you're serious, because that's the problem with you. Nobody ever knows the real Benji. That's the problem. And it was the whole thing with being late for work and the whole thing. It was the same thing. Nobody ever knows what your deal is, Benji. That's the whole problem.
Okay.
The only thing odder than the talkative Benji is the quiet Benji.
Yes. George, or the other Benji, the
make out with you one?
No, the resistant and defensive and
George,
somewhat hostile.
But
Benji.
if someone's mad at you for something that didn't occur or occurred in a way, and it's being painted in a much different way than it occurred, you would want to explain yourself. Like if there was $20 on the table and you grabbed it and someone's like, wow, George stole that money. And you were like, no, actually, Brad told me he left me this 20. You would want to explain it before getting yelled at that you stole the money.
Did you see how Will handled it? When Howard was saying...
when Will messed up the oatmeal.
Right. And he said, you're right. Yes, you're right. and he was not resistant. And in this situation
I think it's okay. Listen, I think it's okay to be resistant when you're being, when you're being mistreated. I think
well,
it's okay to
it
be
was a
resistant to that.
reasonable desire on the part of Howard to say, the guests
Listen,
are here for
what I
interview.
said. Howard does not need to be reasonable. That if he decides something, if he wants us to walk on one foot or hop through the hallway, and that's part of construction. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
that's reasonable. It's reasonable if Howard wants it done and wants that's a condition of working here. What I was saying was I thought I went through what are considered the appropriate steps before I did it.
Hey, it's Sal Governale, and on Wednesday's wrap-up show, Jason Ellis was on talking about 𝗦𝗵cie fondling his junk. And speaking of junk, I was talking about gazing at some cock in the gym room. Now, I was strictly a gazer, and it was for statistical reasons only. That makes sense. Check it out.
I know that you're a huge fan of the show, and I know that you probably labor over coming on the show the way Howard labors on going on Letterman.
Oh,
so sure. Like on a day like today, do you walk out of there, you hit a home run?
No.
Because you did.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit a home run today, right? Everybody agrees? Yeah. I mean, everyone loved it too, but do you not know that when you walk out of there?
No, this time I felt like I did better than the last time, but as soon as I walked out, I started critiquing what I didn't say.
Well, what do you feel? What did you miss?
Though.
What do you feel you missed?
I just feel that I was a little stressed and less humorous. I felt like there was a lot of, I have a lot of things that just come flying out that are just funny that none of those came out. I just did the torture the dick thing.
Now, Jason, when George comes over to take off those clamps,
it wasn't even that. It was before that.
Like when Howard
was on the other side and he started talking to me. There was a thing there where I'm like, all right, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But I know people that aren't cool with that because you're straight up fucking flirting with me. Like, Like I've had penthouse pets in my studio. Every now and then they'll give you that look where I'm like, well, that's very flattering. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that. And George was giving me that before he even came around. Like, he was shaking a little bit. I'm like,
his eyes aflutter a bit.
Yeah, but I thought I'm having fun.
It was
of
fun.
Course.
You had somewhat of a chubby though after he caressed your penis.
I was trying to get it bigger, because I kept stretching it. Good. I want gay people to want to suck it. Is there something wrong with that?
No, go ahead.
I want everybody to want it.
You want a gay man to suck your penis?
No, I want.
I don't think a straight man would. That makes sense.
I want everyone to want to suck my cock except my friends, because it's like when you go in the locker room. Like I'll change with random dudes and their dick can come out, but I ain't fucking changing with Bubba Booey over here. Like now that I know you, I don't want to see your dick in the locker room.
Does it bother you if a guy
change and then I'll come
if a guy waits in the locker room just to see your cock?
Who does? What? Is that you? Is that what you do?
The guy sitting right over here.
No,
Wait a minute.
don't
You
do that.
watch cocks?
No, I don't. I glance.
You're a cock watcher in the gym?
I glance out of
I will
curiosity.
fucking kick you in the face.
Really quickly explain to Jason
When
what
I'm
you
in
do.
the, Jason.
Yeah.
When I'm in the locker room, you just said
what
that.
is it?
When I'm in the locker room.
You're not really trying to tell me a story that's true, are you?
Not the way they're putting it. It's out of context.
In any way
it's
at
out
all?
of context. So
Okay.
no.
Put it in your words. Go ahead.
Curiosity factor. I just joined the gym. I've never worked out in my life, as you can tell. And I just joined the gym. And when I'm in the locker room, a lot of men have a tendency to get naked. So now I'm trying to fulfill my curiosities as a man. For example, there's a guy who's mentally challenged, a retard, and his dick was small. And usually retarded people have big dicks.
I would
number
want to
one.
see a retarded dick.
Okay. Secondly, there was an Asian. I try to fulfill that curiosity.
Right.
You would think it would be.
Wait a minute. Were they all in the locker room at the same time?
No,
naked?
these are all different.
How long were you there waiting for the entire race of dick to come in?
Okay, good question.
A month.
Yeah,
Right.
You've been doing this over the
He's been
period
doing
of
research.
like a month.
I hope you filmed it.
No, I wish I could. I tried to take pictures, but I knew they would throw me out. I did take my BlackBerry out, but I'm like, nah, I'm crossing the line here. So I saw an Asian with a normal-sized dick, thinking it would be small. I saw a retard with a small dick, thinking it would be big. And I've seen a guy like you, actually, a real buff guy, who I was hoping. Now here I am changing.
You're hoping you had a little dick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it, he dropped the towel, and
got
I
it
was
all.
so deflated. It was a really bad moment. It's like scratching a lottery ticket. You know, on the third one, you can win $1 million, and it's just like a fucking potato. Like, fuck.
You never know.
And
who's
I
carrying.
was pretty disappointed the whole day for that one. Well, the whole day at the gym. So that's what I do. I don't. I'm not on a mission. I don't go into a locker room and look for dick. I'm not the Jacques Cousteau of penis. I go in there, I get in, and I get out, and I happen to see a certain nationality. I fulfill my curiosity.
And his last one was a black guy who he waited and waited.
I did
and
wait
waited,
for the black,
but he didn't pull his.
There was a
pants down.
cliffhanger on the show.
See, waiting for the dick.
Wait, that's right.
That's
wrong.
Even though they didn't say it was a long time, but if you see a guy come in and you wait until his pants come off to see the size of
True.
his dick, you are way gay.
He went to go. He went to go.
No, I didn't wait.
He did. Well, hold on. He saw a black guy in tidy whities, and he went over to where the guy was blow drying his hair because he thought that maybe he'd be able to see.
No, I went to blow dry my hair. Well, I saw the guy, and based on the cliffhanger here, Jason. Last time we spoke, Gary goes, "Did you see any black dick yet?" I go, "No, not yet." But I got to see my first black guy in the gym, in the locker room. I'm leaving. So I'm on my way out. I go, wow, a black fella here. So I grabbed.
You were on the way out?
I was on the way out.
If you didn't work for this fucking radio show, I would call the cops.
Hold on. Again, it's a cliffhanger. Gary asked, so I saw the black fella.
Don't make it sound like you had to stay.
I didn't.
You had
the
to stay.
obvious cliffhanger.
Wait. He's making it sound like he had to go back so he could come report to me. You know what I mean?
No,
you're the gay
I
one.
believe that. I
No one
believe
told
that.
you to do this.
No,
this is your
I believe
curiosity.
you did. That's why
It's
I think
my
it's
curiosity.
okay. That's what I'm saying. I believe you did it, research to tell the story and tell Gary.
It's like your obsession with the show. Like you walked out and critiqued yourself. When Gary asked me last, he goes, "How about some black dick?" I go, "Haven't seen one yet." Saw the black fella, put on the brakes,
I get
hit
it.
the blow dryer,
I get it.
try to finagle my eyeballs a little bit, and he put on his sweatpants, so I messed up. But
I get it, though.
Stay tuned, everybody, in the wrap-up show. We will eventually find out.
It's really Gary's the perverted one.
Maybe.
He's using you
Can't
to
you
get
just
the
do a
information.
show? Can't you just do a segment where you get random people to come in and guess their size and just get them all to drop it?
We could do that, yeah.
Well, then you can just nip it in the butt instead of being creepy at your gym.
Yeah, why don't you make it a Howard 101 special, so where you critique dick?
Yeah.
I don't want to critique it, but again...
Do you want to come on my show and I'll do it on my show today? I'll just get like a bunch of anybody wants to come in and pull their dick out.
But Jason, the
Dick
point,
frenzy.
the point, it doesn't have to happen for a show. He's doing this in his gym. I mean, this is just...
but I believe he's doing it for research and development for the show.
I
really
am,
do.
and the way, well, I said it fulfills my
You don't
curiosity.
think, Gary? You don't think?
Look,
I think he wants to know.
Do you think if you fired him, he would continue to do it?
Yeah, I do, because I
Absolutely.
think he wants to know.
I think we all want to know. I think every man. No, I do.
Okay,
I
you
do.
fucked yourself.
No, I didn't.
Nobody wants to
We
know
all want to
everybody's
know.
penis
I'm
size.
telling you, we all. When Steve Brandano takes a fucking piss, and if there's a guy next to him, and he has the opportunity to get an eighth of a glance just to see if he's holding up in the society of men, he's gonna do it. That's us. We're men. We measure up. We measure our biceps against biceps, our chest against chest, and our cocks against cocks.
I think it's only for insecure penises.
Well, I'm insecure. Look at it. It looks like an aardvark. It's a disaster.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, we talked about 𝗻_𝗿𝗍 and the fact that he started off the morning thinking of Jason Ellis and jerked off to him. And would there be any complications with Brad? What does it mean? And how blind George's love seems to be for Jason Ellis. And then we all talked about what would happen in our relationships if something like that happened. And I don't think we can pull off what George pulls off. And here's that conversation.
I want to talk about what happened at the very beginning of the show, where George talked about what he did in the shower this morning, and basically, and you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong, proclaimed his love, admiration, I'm not sure of the right word, for Jason Ellis. And he said he spoke about it with Brad.
You're being too nice. He said he jerked off in the shower this morning thinking of Jason.
Well, that's another way of putting it, much more succinctly. But I guess, do they have the relationship where it's comfortable enough that those kinds of things can happen? Or do you think that there's more bad news for George around the corner? He just doesn't know that it's coming.
Well, let me ask you a question. And again, I think Mutt started to bring this up a little bit, that they were going to talk about this on Superfan tonight. If you spent the whole week, right, sitting in there talking about that you thought your wife was fat and that she could stand to lose some weight, and then at the end of the week, a really hot girl came in and you just started squeezing her naked tits, would you be able to go home?
I wouldn't have a wife. I seriously, and I wouldn't blame her. Like that's and I think
so. Maybe they do have some special arrangement.
I think they do. I mean, Stacy said when she was talking about relationships, she said that maybe Brad's weight is his passive aggressive way of telling George that you know what, I'm going to be this way because he's kind of fighting back in a subtle way, but. Or maybe everything's just smooth between them. It's hard to tell. What do you think, Ronnie?
Well, it's not the first time he's touched a cock on the show.
That's true. But
I guess they do. They've had an arrangement, obviously, before Brad's weight came up.
But George was like, listen, what I did yesterday was I just touched it. I didn't, he sort of insinuating that because he didn't do more about it. I guess it could be, a guy saying, hey, I felt the girl's tits. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, but Gary, remember the day the guy was in here with the 12-inch cock and he had his hand down?
Well,
there was,
yeah.
He had that look on his face like
that was
if I had my finger up some girl's ass or something.
But isn't that like for years, girls have been coming in here, guys have been feeling them up. Isn't just touching a dick the gay version of that?
I don't know. I can't define that. I'm not in that position.
Yeah, but a lot of guys don't do that anymore. Like, you don't do it anymore, do you?
No.
And I'm sure, that's because of your wife, right?
Well, she didn't like it, and I started to feel a little dirty doing it. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's a kid's thing, even though I have boys. When you have kids, I start to feel a little creepy doing it.
And John, have you ever done it in here?
Not on the show, no. Well, not
off the show
either. No.
Yeah, John.
John doesn't. I got to be in the green room.
Not on the show.
Bad answer. No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I think it's disrespectful to my wife.
Would you have done it when you were single?
When I was single?
Yeah.
Sure. But I don't think a lot of people are doing it these days, right?
And Howard stopped.
Howard stopped. He said out of respect to Beth, I think. Ronnie, how about you?
Have you seen me do it?
No, but next time
I haven't been in there.
But if
I've been in there with a flashlight to put them under the check for implants.
Right. But there's a difference between that.
I've held them up and put the flashlight on.
Like the one that I remember.
I'll do it. Bring somebody in here right now. I'll do it.
I can't remember the girl's name, but we had her. It was back at terrestrial radio. She had that funny, like, real New York accent, and we all said we didn't believe she had real tits. And the line was ridiculously long.
I remember that.
I think 𝗦𝗵cie was on the end of the line.
That was the clown car line, right?
That's when I was the last one, I think, to go in with the flashlight to test them.
Well, who usually leads that charge?
Well, 𝗛cie has always said to me his wife doesn't care and he can do whatever he wants. But he hasn't been in there in a while. But he says it's no big deal. Pam doesn't care. I don't know who leads that charge.
Usually it used to be, I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, I think the difference here, getting it back to George, is not only is George touching him, but the way he's referring to he's literally gushing over, this guy. And if you're married to George, Gary, would it bother you?
I would think so. Listen, if my wife went to, what are those Chippendales, and she was jamming her hand down a guy's pants, and even though she was laughing, she was grabbing a dick, I'd probably be pretty annoyed.
If I'd have known I'd have gotten makeup, I would have went in and you walk into Howard's show and you're greeted by cameras.
You'd have been more dolled up today?
And this time it's even worse. It's not one camera, it's two. What on earth?
The tag team.
I'll tell you. Where am I at, in here?
Just this way, sir.
Okay, thanks.
So how's it going?
Great. New dad.
New book?
Yeah. Yep.
Now this is called 63
documents that the government doesn't want you to read. And all the documents are in the public sector. We broke no laws. You know, people can find them. You just have to search for them. But they're there. But they're very controversial documents. And when you read them, you won't believe it was the United States government that did it, that produced these documents.
First of all, so it's that shocking.
Some of them, yeah.
Jesse Ventura's here. He wrote a book called 63 Documents the Government Doesn't Want You to Read. It's in stores now. And Jesse, let's get him in here. He's always a lot of fun.
What are these documents?
He has these documents he wants you to know about. There he is, the governor himself. Look at him. And I understand you flew in on a private jet. You used to be a man of the people. You've become very fancy. How did you get the money for the private jet?
Well, I had to fly private because of my lawsuit, Howard.
Yeah, what is going on with
What happens if you go through an airport now?
Well, here's the problem.
You always have a problem.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very, I need to go to the psychologist and the psychiatrist once a week because I always have a problem.
Do you go?
No, are you kidding me?
But Governor, why not? I mean, you always have. Are you getting tired of this life of constantly being at odds with everyone? And
I love it.
You love it. You
I love it.
You take on
thrive
fights.
at it, Howard.
Were you offended when Piers Morgan called you a coward last night on the show? I was watching.
Well, I kind of. A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit because,
here's this guy who hasn't served any country.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
But getting back, see, here's the problem. And by the way, Robin is looking good today, let me tell you.
Yes.
You.
Would you profile Robin? By the way,
I'd like to be at the airport to search Robin like they do me.
Governor, why didn't you answer that question? Honestly, because I know you.
Well, here's the deal, Howard, is that I have metal in my body.
Right.
So when I pass through the metal detector, I could go through it naked and it's going to go off.
Right.
So now I'm subjected either to the X-ray, which I call the microwave,
right,
or this extended search.
Right.
And I had it done to me once, and the guy in San Diego's correct. It's a sexual assault.
Now, you're right. You're a former governor in this country. You would think that they would trust that. When you say profiling,
mean he couldn't be carrying something that would cause somebody a problem.
Yes, it does.
It does?
Here's what I'm suing over the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution, reasonable search and seizure.
What do you think they should do with someone like you? Let's say they're not as well known as you. They set off the metal detector. Obviously, we want to be safe. We have to give up some of our freedoms in order to be safe at the airport.
What was wrong with the wanding from before, where they took the wand thing?
All right,
and
so
went
like
around?
someone like you, not you, but someone like you has a metal thing in his body.
Yeah, many do. One time there were three of us there waiting, and I turned to the other two. I said, well, it's my right hip. The other guy goes, it's my left hip. The other guy goes, it's my right knee. So they're finding out who's
Governor,
had prosthesis surgery.
What would someone do? Like, I want to be safe on the plane, and now they run a wand over a guy, and in fact, they do find this metal detector going off. How can they, what it would be a reasonable search? They do have to almost go up and see if you have anything on your body. How do they take your word for it that you have metal in your body?
Well, I'm not sure, but I can only sue for myself. And what I'm saying is that under the Fourth Amendment, the key word is reasonable. It is not reasonable to believe that Jesse Ventura, who's a 6-year Navy veteran, a governor, a mayor, and, when you win mayor, they give you the title honorable.
Right.
Well, why should you have to search an honorable person?
So this is about you.
Yes.
In other words, you're not just saying like, gee, everybody.
Everybody. I'm saying me because I just am tired of this. I'm tired of having to prove I'm innocent.
Wouldn't there be a way of the airport security issuing you a card that says, listen, this gentleman has a metal hit. We've searched him before and we are aware of it.
Well, here's the deal, Howard.
Yeah.
The elected officials don't have to go through this. The Speaker of the House doesn't.
How does he get through?
I don't know. I'm challenging, saying, how is John Boehner any more patriotic than me? He didn't serve in the military. I did.
What happens in the search? Do they go into your anus?
But they grope your genitals.
They do. Another man takes his hand and feels your balls.
Yeah.
And that's offensive to you.
Well, I'm heterosexual.
Right.
I'm not homophobic, but if I were given a choice, I would rather have a woman do it.
Right. If someone's going to feel your balls, you want to...
Exactly. I want a woman to do it.
This is your one opportunity. You've been with your wife. You've been faithful. This would be a nice time to have somebody rub your balls a little.
Well, not necessarily, but the point is you're not given that choice. Men have to go with men, women with women.
You are a good-looking man, in my opinion. I'm not gay, but I see that you're handsome. You have nice features. Did men ever come on to you? Were there times that homosexual men, maybe closeted wrestlers, would say to you, Jesse, I don't know which way you go, but you've got an incredible body. You're a very likable guy.
I got to tell you, Howard, if it happened, I must have been naive.
It never happened to you.
Not that I can recall.
I mean, if I was gay, I'd probably say to you, hey, Jesse, what do you think? Let's go. You're my type of guy. I mean, you're big, you're muscular. I think we could wrestle. My face can end up in your ass. I mean, right, George? I mean, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
There's George. Hi, George. How you doing? Big fan. Love Star Trek.
Thank you.
In fact, I'll tell you a great story, George. Right before I went in the Navy and I was waiting to go in, I would sleep all day because I knew that I was going into the Navy, and they used to play Star Trek reruns at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'd tell my friends, don't you dare call me till Star Trek's over. Number one, I'd been sleeping till 2, and then I always watched Star Trek to start the day off back then. That was way back in 1969.
Listen, George was telling us a story. He was wrestling with his partner. He's married, you know.
Sure.
And listen, they wrestle. That's how they begin their sexual activity. And George on Sunday got his ass licked. What do you think of that?
That can happen.
That's right. That's
right.
nice.
When you're wrestling,
He's a big wrestling fan, is my point.
No, you never.
When you were wrestling, that never happened to you by accident, did it?
I don't recall. I can't recall if it did.
You know, I got to hand it to you. You're right. You know, you have always said to me, there isn't a war in this country that this country has fought that wasn't motivated by money and corporate interests.
Absolutely.
I see. Now, I don't know how you feel about us with this no-fly zone in Libya, but I hate Muammar Gaddafi. I think he's a terrible man. I think I've been screaming about him for years. I used to hear Bob Grant on the radio screaming about him for years, and he's really the most despicable human being, and I'm glad to see his people are rising up against him. But listen, there are many countries in this world that don't have oil where the people rise up and we don't do shit.
And there are terrible dictators in those countries, too.
We don't do a thing.
A good one's called Rwanda.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us what's going on in Rwanda. There's an uprising going on there all the time, right?
Well, not anymore. They already killed 1 million people. There's no one to uprise anymore. They got rid of 500,000 people.
They have no... we have no interest in them economically. Is that
exactly?
What it is?
That's why.
So don't you believe, I don't know your position on this, I don't think we should do shit in Libya because, quite frankly, who knows who's going to come in instead of Gaddafi. Gaddafi's a terrorist. There's no question about it. But these lunatics that are over there that are going to come into power could be 50 times worse. They could be friends with Iran. I say stay the fuck out of that crazy part of the world.
Howard, I say exactly. I say even more than that. Let's get out of Afghanistan and Iraq too.
Right. It's
bring
time.
them all. Bring everybody home, and let's take care. There's an old cliche. How do you go out and tell the world what to do if your own backyard ain't cleaned up?
Listen, you're a guy who actually was in service, and while you don't say it, I think you actually had to kill some people and blow some shit up. I
did most of that after the service.
All right. Whatever you had to do, you've actually
The service just prepared me for the rest of life.
You know
Howard.
what war is.
Sure.
So that's maybe why you're sensitive to this. This ain't easy to go over to Iraq and sit there and try to keep peace between maniacs. Is that true?
Well, first of all, if you look, in fact, I can shamelessly plug the book.
Yes, 63 referred to 63 because because of 1963?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
And the last document is the Rand Corporation.
Right.
And they did a whole, which normally our government follows. Anything the Rand Corporation is written in stone.
Right.
Well, the Rand Corporation did a study and found that stopping terrorism, the military's only successful 6% of the time.
Right.
And yet we've put all our eggs in that basket. You can't stop terrorism by invading countries and occupying them, especially over there.
Doesn't make sense.
You're going to create more terrorists.
Right. You're saying that, listen, terrorism's going to exist. What they're going to do is come over here, make a car bomb, do something weird. Being over there basically does it. George Bush had the theory that if we fight them over there, they're not going to come over here. That was his theory.
Well,
sounded kind of silly.
I'm waiting for one of these countries to, bring the landing crafts and, land at Norfolk or, what do they think? They're going to do a Normandy invasion on the U.S.?
Well, you've always said at 9/11, now you don't understand how a government this large and this powerful couldn't figure out that planes were coming to attack.
Well, all the documentation I've looked at said we knew well ahead of time that it was going to happen as early as May and June. You had the infamous August 6th memo when Condoleezza Rice said, I had no idea what they were going to do. Excuse me, it said right on the memo.
There were people who did call and say, hey, there's a bunch of guys training, and they're learning how to fly planes.
And they don't want to learn to land.
And they don't want to learn to land, and they're Middle Eastern types.
Yeah, and it was brought up to the attention, and we turned a blind eye on it. I'll put it to you this way, Howard.
So why not say to Piers last night, yeah, I'd probably profile Middle Eastern types? Why not? I was surprised you didn't say it.
I don't know, because sometimes it was taped last week. It was my first interview. I just got up here from 4 months in Mexico.
Right.
Howard, I live so off the grid down there. I didn't learn of the earthquake till 5 days after it happened.
Are you talking about these earthquakes and tsunami in Japan?
Yeah, I didn't learn we had hit Libya until 5 days after it happened.
Do you like being that out of touch?
I do for part of the year.
It's kind of nice. The point that you're making, I think, is if you never knew about this stuff, and if you do know about this stuff, what the fuck is the difference anyway? You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and no, I learned of these things, and when I go to town once a week.
When you heard there was a tsunami, did you immediately say that this is man-made?
No.
Because I heard you say that there is a place on this planet where they can affect the weather.
Oh, yeah. No, there is. It's called HARP. It's way up in Alaska.
What do you mean they could? I know that it's based on 50,000 watts of power.
Yeah, and 50 antennas, like the radio antennas. They all combine into one, and they shoot low-level radio frequency way up to the ionosphere, and they ricochet it back to Earth.
And what does that do? It could create a tsunami?
It can control the weather. It can knock airplanes out of the air.
Why can't they make it warmer here, then? I'm sick of this winter, and I'm tired.
Could be request.
Well, I don't know, but it's very interesting, and they lie about it because they call it an unclassified research center.
Do you
think? Wait, it's clearly classified because they wouldn't let me in.
Okay, but when do they control the weather? What weather are they controlling?
Because the weather's been downright shitty.
Nobody really knows. They have the ability to.
Do you think they could have made a mistake and caused a tsunami?
I think that could well be. Remember the one in Indonesia?
Yes.
A few years ago? Well, there was no earthquake. It came out of the blue. And people in Indonesia that were eyewitnesses said they saw the northern lights before the tsunami. Well, in Indonesia, you can't see the northern lights. And when they got HARP ramped up, that's what you see. It looks like the northern lights. I remember that
tsunami because 𝗏𝗏 the supermodel, was in it, and she held onto a tree and survived, and even her boyfriend was whisked away. What an amazing story, right? That she could survive a tsunami and hold onto a tree?
Well,
with a broken pelvis?
You know what I did, Howard?
What'd you do?
You remember the big earthquake in Chile?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I was playing golf in Mexico. And I was out on the back nine, and the ranger came up and said, Governor, did you hear what happened? I said, no.
No, I'm playing golf, asshole. Leave me alone.
Well, he said, a earthquake in Chile, and we're supposed to get hit with a tsunami at 5:20. And I went, oh, my God, because I live way over the mountain on the dirt road. My wife is there by herself, so I quit golf. I threw my clubs in the back of my pickup. I busted ass all the way home, drove the dirt road. I come screeching up to my house. I jumped out, ran in, put my swimsuit on, grabbed my surfboard, and ran to the beach.
Why did you do that?
I've never surfed a tsunami.
You're insane.
I needed it for my resume.
Are you a daredevil?
Wait, so I stood out there, and all that happened, Howard, the water went a foot out and came back in 2 feet. I said, what a disappointment.
Well, you were lucky.
Well, I don't wish death on anyone, but, maybe a 7-footer. That's not too much to ask.
Are you macho in every way in your life? I mean, you seem to be very macho. I mean, do you ever do anything kind of wussy? Do you do anything that would be sort of...
Do you cry at movies?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah?
Sure.
You're an emotional guy.
Movie?
I'll tell you what can really get me if I start thinking about my parents a great deal who are gone.
You loved them?
Yeah.
Your father was good to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Kissed and hugged you?
Never struck me.
Did he ever say, I love you?
He wasn't that kind of guy. He was a World War II vet, but he didn't need to.
Did he teach you things?
Oh, yeah.
What was the lesson he taught you that was most valuable?
That we go to war over money.
Right.
Because he was a World War II vet, and I'm a unique family. My mother was a World War II veteran.
Why did you go into the service knowing that these wars were just the result of selfishness?
Because I was listening to my teachers in school and not my dad. My dad didn't want me to go in, or my brother. But
he said, listen, why should you give your life up for corporate interests?
Yep, and in Vietnam, I remember my dad was opposed to the Vietnam War before the hippies even were. He said, this is a bullshit war. They're over there just making money. It's a bunch of crap.
He knew. He saw that. I mean, you could say World War II, World War I, noble wars, right? I mean,
maybe, pretty well,
you
sure.
could say that.
The last noble war. World War II.
And now these wars, as you say, and I agree with you, that Libya and such, it's all about the oil. Libya is a major oil contributor.
Sure, absolutely.
Right.
You know what's in Afghanistan, don't you?
What, you once told me what's in there.
Lithium.
Yeah, and
they found a vein of lithium they say is worth $1 trillion now. What's lithium used for? Every cell phone, every computer, and soon to be electric cars. They need it for the batteries.
Wow.
Now, why don't they just tell us that?
Hey,
say, look, we got to go get this lithium so we can live then I might say, well, okay, but they come up with this bullshit. We want to bring democracy
we need an
to
excuse.
A bunch of people who wouldn't know democracy if it bit them on the ass.
Do you think you lose credibility because you're so open to every conspiracy theory? Do people say, oh, Jesse, like after a while, it's like the boy who cried wolf. Oh, Jesse just believes in every conspiracy theory. And but you really would say you investigate everything.
I investigate everything, and I don't believe them all, Howard, but I investigate them all. But this book is, you made an incorrect statement when I was listening to it. This book is all documents in the public domain that our government has produced. It's not conspiracy theory.
Right.
It's just documents that deal with 9/11.
And you analyze them.
Well, you can analyze them. We reprint every document. It isn't me telling you about it. At the end, you can read every document for yourself.
How many books have you written now?
This will be my 5th.
Your 5th?
Yeah.
So these things sell.
Well, I've had 4 New York Times bestsellers, and if this one's fortunate enough to get there, I'll have 5. And actually, the pre-sale of this one has been 3 times the last one.
How many books would you think you'll sell of this 63?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No,
you don't care. Do you sit there and worry about it?
Oh, sure you care, but it's a roll of the dice. You have no idea who will buy a book and read it.
Are you, like, I see you go on CNN, you used to go on Larry King, and now you went on Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
You come on my show.
Yep.
Are there shows that will not have you on?
Yeah, Fox.
Fox.
They won't let you on.
Are you hated at Fox?
Except for the weekend people. Like Geraldo will have me on, and Judge George Napolitano will have me on. But the big boys, Hannity, O'Reilly, and Beck will not have me on.
Why?
I don't know. Ask them.
I mean, if you...
you know what I've said? I said Fox says they're fair and balanced, but yet they won't have me on. You know who has me on? Al Jazeera. Right. So I think Al Jazeera is more fair and balanced than Fox. They'll at least have me on.
Have you ever said to Bill O'Reilly directly, listen, pal, why can't I come on your show?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He just says, when you got something worthwhile, I'll put you on.
Well, at least he's honest about it.
I guess. But, let's see. I made mention that if Ron Paul runs for president, I'd seriously consider running with him.
Why is Ron Paul so great? Other friends of mine have said Ron Paul is the only guy to listen to. Why is he so great?
Because Ron Paul wants to, he truly has America's best interest in mind.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he wants the Federal Reserve audited.
Okay.
Which is phenomenal.
Right.
Why aren't they audited?
Well, it's a good point.
Right. He was the only one on the floor of Congress when WikiLeaks broke
that said it was good.
That stood up and said, nobody died from WikiLeaks. How many people died from the lies and the intelligence manipulation on Iraq?
The guy from WikiLeaks, Julian Assange. Are you one of these guys who supports him?
Absolutely.
Do you think he's being railroaded on these sex charges and everything else?
Absolutely.
They want to get him.
Sure. And you know what's interesting? What I found out, this new premier of Sweden, where what he supposedly did, the things he did are not illegal here, and they're not illegal in England.
I know.
But they're illegal in Sweden. This new prime minister...
He had sex with a woman without a rubber.
Yeah. This new prime minister in Sweden is a right-winger. He was helped by Karl Rove to get in office. Now, do you think that some of this information could deal with Rove and Bush, and that's why they got this guy in Sweden trying to put him in jail?
WikiLeaks did nothing more than embarrass a few people. They had some egg on their face. There was nothing that really prevented this country from continuing or our security. Am I correct? I mean, what the hell happened?
The worst is Daniel Manning. The guy who supposedly this private that leaked it to him, they're holding him right now in Quantico, solitary confinement. And let's remember, we're a country who tortures now. Who's to say they're not torturing him? And remember, the first thing he released, Howard, was that helicopter killing those people, murdering them down on the street. So the guy that releases it is in jail, but these murderers are still free?
Do you think Ron Paul could actually win an election?
I said that if Ron Paul would leave the Republican Party, I would give great consideration to running with him. And if we had ballot access in all 50 states, yes, I do, because
Has he asked you to run with him?
Not yet.
No, but you're close with him.
He and I have spoken. I spoke at his counter convention in Minneapolis when the Republicans had their convention in St. Paul. And here's something interesting.
Do you like him because you think he'll actually carry out his campaign promise? Like Obama said he was going to get us out of all the wars. He said he had a timetable and all of that.
Yeah.
Now we're in now we're in Libya.
Yeah.
Probably to be in there forever.
Gitmo's still open.
That's right. So all of these promises were not, like you could say, okay, with the budget, that's difficult. With health care, that's difficult. But one thing to pull out of a war, if you say you're going to do it, you should do it, right?
Well, you need Ron Paul's quote. Everybody says, well, how do we get out of Iraq now? Ron Paul said, easy. We walked in, we can walk out.
That's it.
That's it. It's
War
as
over.
simple as that.
Do you think that what a president learns when he takes that office, because surely Obama wasn't lying when he said he wanted to do all those things prior to, but then you walk into the office, you get a set of information that you didn't know before you walked into the office.
The CIA takes you aside and says, listen, asshole, here's what's really going on.
You got it, Howard.
That's right.
So
you got it.
you think...
I think he got taken to the woodshed.
And that's what's
What
going
does
to
that
happen
mean?
to Ron Paul as well.
What do you mean he got taken to the woodshed?
Well,
He's the president of the United States.
That I don't believe that our president runs our country anymore.
Right.
He does. Because always follow the money. The Federal Reserve has all the money. This small group of bankers, they determine because they got the money.
Anybody in government has said government is like a barge. In order to move just an inch the president really, it's almost an impossible job to fuck up and also to win. It's like, it's just sort of there.
Yeah, the bureaucracy is so large.
Right.
So large.
Do you, now let me understand this. I don't know if this is from the book. I think it is. One of your points is, and you're not saying this for a fact, but you have a suspicion that the disease AIDS and Lyme disease has something to do with the government?
Oh, absolutely.
What does that mean?
Well, straight out from where you live at the end of Long Island is Plum Island.
Right.
Well, Plum Island is a biological testing center that was created by a guy named Erich Traub. Erich Traub's a Nazi who was right under Himmler. He should have stood trial at Nuremberg, but instead we brought him here, and his expertise was biological warfare, infecting wood ticks and mosquitoes and turning them loose. Well, Lyme disease is carried by a wood tick. Well, it's called Lyme disease because the first recorded case was in Lyme, Connecticut, which is right across the water, a stone's throw.
In other words, you're saying
from
Lyme disease is a recent occurrence. We don't see it before that point in history.
The first recorded case was in Lyme, Connecticut a number of years ago, within the last 50 years. And did it get loose from Plum Island?
You say in your new book, and I happen to agree with this, I believe that you are right, that the Gulf War syndrome, that a lot of these guys who are coming back in our military are seriously screwed up, committing suicide, not only are they killing themselves, they're killing other people. They really lose it when they come back. The government refuses to help these guys in any meaningful way. And it all comes down to money. They don't want to pay for it. Is that
it? And it's the old classic that they do to all veterans. Oh, thank you for your patriotism. Rah, rah,
thank you for
rah.
your service.
Yeah, and they play anthems at football games.
People tie yellow ribbons.
But when it comes down to actually taking care of the veteran, screw you. They've done it every war. Vietnam, Agent Orange, they didn't believe that. Every time the vets come home, people don't realize after a war there is huge collateral damage to the people that go fight these wars, and we don't take care of them. It's like, oh, you did it, now forget you. We're on to the next.
And these are good guys. I mean, these are brave guys. I've met a couple of guys on my show who come in here. I can't think of the sergeant who used to come in here.
And I
came back. It was like his third tour of duty, and he cracked. He even said, Howard, I cracked. I've got Gulf War syndrome. He feels abandoned. He really, truly does. He's lost.
We should be ashamed of how we treat our veterans.
We were talking on the air the other day. I was going to call you about this, but I knew you were coming in. We were talking about, some people were doubting me about that we are really losing bees. In fact, some guy called in during this discussion with my cousins.
He's got trucks
He goes,
filled with
I've got
bees.
trucks full of bees, Howard. What the hell are you talking about? What is going on? If we lose the bees, we lose all of our food source. We lose everything, right?
And, Albert Einstein's a lot smarter than me, and he was quoted as saying, when the bees go, we go.
Well, think about it. They pollinate. Our food source comes from all of this. Everything we eat.
We don't need that now. We got Monsanto. They're going to make us all this genetically food. So what do we need to worry about bees for?
In your opinion, why are we losing bees? Like, where are they going?
Insecticides. They're being killed. All the insecticides and things that we put on the crops.
But
and we
I
put
am
out
for DDT.
You're what?
I'm for DDT.
Well, I was part of UDT.
I'm part of DDT. I don't like these bed bugs we have here. There's an epidemic in New York. You can't go anywhere without bed bugs. When they had
George had bed bugs.
George, Star Trek, had bed bugs. Him and George were in that. I mean, George and Brad were in that bed doing God knows what, and then all of a sudden they're getting bitten up by bugs. I was livid. The only thing when we had DDT, there were no bed bugs.
Wait a minute now.
Come on.
George, is that because, the Bible says you're not supposed to do what you do? You think that's what it could be?
No.
I think it's a plague.
It's probably
a plague
sitting in
you, George.
It wasn't only in George's bed. It was in everybody's bed. I'm saying, some of these insecticides are necessary, aren't they?
Yes, but not on crops, not on everything you eat. Howard, when I live in Mexico and I buy fruits and vegetables down there, I have to eat them within 2 days or they spoil.
Right.
Everything up here's got a 30-day shelf life.
It's true. I buy a tomato. Sometimes it says red and beautiful
For weeks.
What are they doing to these tomatoes?
They put preservatives on it, chemicals. You're eating chemicals.
And this has now been introduced into the environment, and the bees are...
Okay. Here's a better one, Howard. Drinking water. They put fluoride in it, right?
Right.
And that's because we're not capable of brushing our own teeth and taking care of them.
We can get our own fluoride.
Yeah, so they put it in. Do you know what fluoride is the main ingredient of?
What?
Prozac.
Why do they do this?
And guess where it came from?
Where?
The Nazis started putting fluoride in the water.
Do you think this is a... Are you
it's
going
the
as
dumbing
far...
down.
Do you think that there is somebody or some group of people in America that wanted fluoride so that we'd all be spaced out?
Yeah.
Who? Who are these people? Give me a name.
I don't know.
Who is it?
Howard, I don't know.
You know.
You got the... I don't. How would I know? I
George
live in
and Brad.
Mexico for 4 months out of the year.
You know, when the one thing I do say is if you're polluting the water, the air, the food, the people who are doing that are still eating it.
No, they have their own source.
They have another source of
Yes,
food,
from the moon.
water, and air?
How do you know, Robin?
You don't know anything. But
Well, that's what I'm asking, because it seems to me that if, Monsanto owns the patent on every crop seed, then, they're going to have to eat that food too.
You don't know. They may be just having us do it.
Listen, I went to summer camp.
By the way, Howard, there's something in this book you need to read.
I wanted to say one thing. I went to summer camp. We'll talk about the book. I went to summer camp. They used to put saltpeter in the food. You know why? It reduced your sex drive. They didn't want the kids.
Is that true?
This is what I heard. They said they added saltpeter to the food. And I was livid.
But you weren't any less horny.
Oh, my God. I fucked like a rabbit. Unbelievable.
That's because you didn't eat.
That's right.
Look how skinny you are.
Well, you were about to make a point about your book. Go ahead. And by the way, the book is called 63 Documents the Government Doesn't Want You to Read. It's in stores now. George, are you learning anything through this? You've been awfully...
It's very enlightening.
Very enlightening.
I've been against wars, too. And all the information that... I'm hearing here just makes me feel stronger about that.
Were you aware of the governor now, or?
I thought he was a wonderful governor of Minnesota.
You liked him.
I liked him. I really admired what you did, and particularly coming from your background, where people try to denigrate you because of your wrestling background.
Well,
George loves wrestling.
Well, let me say this about George and his partner. I worked for 4 years in Minnesota so that gay employees could get benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I was successful. Well, guess what happened? Right when I left office,
overturned,
and the new contract came up, it was the first thing that the Democrats bargained back to the Republicans, and now gays in Minnesota they had the benefits for a couple years. Now they've taken them away again.
Is that why you never became a Democrat or Republican, that you don't trust either side?
Yeah, they're the only way we're going to get our country back is to destroy these two political parties.
Because you would think the Democrats would have stuck up for the gay population in Minnesota.
No, that's the gay population is just their bargaining chip. That's
exactly.
That's the first thing they give back to the Republicans.
And George, teach the governor how to say tsunami properly.
There's a T in front of that word. It's pronounced tsunami. It's a Japanese word. And all these journalists on TV and radio...
And I believe the governor is guilty of this. The governor himself said tsunami.
Yeah, well, I apologize, George. What the hell? I didn't go to college.
He never went to college.
Now you're learning as I'm learning from you.
There we go.
Right.
But Howard, there's something in my book you need.
Yes.
We print the entire CIA's assassination manual in here. Read it, and you'll know how to get rid of those people you don't like.
Why do I need to know that?
Well, that way you'll know how to commit murder.
Has the CIA have they successfully gone into other countries and assassinated leaders?
Well,
because I'm for that.
They assassinated Che Guevara.
They did.
Sure.
So they were able to do that. Why couldn't they do that with Castro? Why did they never pull that off?
Well, what gives them the right?
I'm not saying so. Why did they fail? But why did they fail?
Because Castro's too good.
He's good at it.
He's too good for them. They can't get him. They tried and tried and tried, and Fidel outsmarted them.
Why not Gaddafi? Why couldn't they just go in and remove him?
What gives us the right to do that?
We don't. But why didn't they do it?
I don't know. These guys have protection too.
Are we torturing people right now? Prisoners.
I think we probably are. Yeah.
Have we beheaded anybody?
Yes, it's in my book. Yeah.
That's right. So who is it that we beheaded?
Some guy over in Iraq.
What do you mean we beheaded him?
Cut his head off.
We were in Iraq. Mm-hmm. We captured him during wartime. Yep. He wasn't convicted of anything.
I don't know, but the document's in here.
So sometimes we do that. Why do you think we beheaded him? To scare the other prisoners?
Don't ask me.
I was going to say,
you don't
can't
know, who
talk
knows?
to somebody whose
Talk
head
to the
is
guys
off.
that beheaded them.
Well, you better get on them.
They might be able to tell you why they did it.
Might be your next book.
The whole point of torture was to make these people talk. If you're beheading people, they're not talking.
Well, the bad thing, though, Robin, about torture is that there's no credibility in it.
I don't agree with torture.
Because if you torture someone, they are going to say whatever's required to stop the torture. The thing that has me angry now is, do you see the latest? They're not going to try these guys in the country. They're going to give them a military tribunal.
Well, they wanted to try him in New York. I was against that.
Why?
Because why the hell do you need to set up a problem area in the Manhattan where we already have all these problems?
Then try them in Alaska.
But you don't want a secret tribunal.
No.
You want it out in the open.
Well, either that or let me be on the jury. Because I want to hear the evidence.
Right.
I want to hear you're not going to hear one shred of evidence now. They're going to do this kangaroo court. They're going to put these guys to death, and then they're going to tell, all you conspiracy people, we proved it. These guys were all found guilty.
Trial.
Your whole push is to bring out things in the open. That's why you like WikiLeaks. That's why you wrote this book.
Exactly.
Let's bring it all out in the open. Why is everyone hiding?
And do you know why I have every right to ask that?
Why?
Because I'm a taxpayer, and they do it with my money, and I have every right to know what they're spending my money on.
What happens when they say, in the interest of national security, we can't tell you something? You say bullshit, right?
Well, no, I'll accept that temporarily. As a Navy SEAL, I know there are certain things you can't talk about immediately.
Right.
But after the op's over, why then can it come out in the open?
When you're alone in Mexico, and you just
I'm not alone. My wife's with me.
Well, listen. When you're alone, that's like being alone. When you're alone in Mexico,
you ever see my wife?
I've seen your wife.
It ain't like being alone.
But
Howard.
when you're in Mexico, you're a guy who loves to talk. You're outgoing. Do you shut down, or do you yap all day about
No, I
this
shut
stuff?
down.
You shut down.
Yeah,
and did she ever say to you, Jesse, you're the life of the party on Stern, on all these shows? Well, you come home, you're like a fucking zombie. I mean, what is this?
I'm not a zombie, but I try to keep that out of my home life.
You don't sit and tell her about these? You don't go, do you sit at home and go, Jesus Christ?
When are you doing your studying and investigations? Yeah, you must go crazy.
What's your wife like? Does she go, listen, you better calm down. You're going to have a heart attack here, and I can't take it.
No.
Does she get annoyed with you?
No.
She's not into these conspiracies. She's not that. She wants to just hang out and have a good time.
No, she has now joined me in suspecting our government of a great deal of bad.
But she's not all hopped up on this like you are. I mean, come on.
I'm not hopped up on it. I just do what I do, Howard.
So when we get together socially, are you going to lecture me on a lot of this stuff? Or
Not at all.
What are we going to talk about? That's what I'm afraid. But maybe our relationship is just based on all this stuff. What are we going to talk about?
Well, Howard, you won't ever come and see me. You hide out in Long Island.
First of all, Mexico's a crazy place right now.
What part of Mexico are you in? Not where all the drugs are.
I mean, what are you doing in Mexico? You're telling me that it's not a dangerous place right now?
There are places that are dangerous, absolutely.
Do you travel with a gun in Mexico?
You can't have a gun. It's against the law.
But everybody has a gun in Mexico.
No,
only the drug dealers have guns.
Only the drug dealers got them.
These drug dealers are so powerful. They can decide, Jesse Ventura, we're going to take you today, and no one's going to challenge. There's no law.
Oh, that's not true, because the military came and camped out by my house the other day.
Why?
I don't know. I guess they found out a former governor's there, and they're keeping me safe.
What is going on? This is all of a sudden? They're camping out in front of your house?
Well, down about 2 blocks, yeah.
What if you piss off a drug kingpin? Seriously, you got a big mouth on you. What if you piss one off? I mean, he could take you, your wife will never hear from you
what?
again.
What if I pissed them off about?
I don't know.
All I've said is that we should legalize, and it'll put them out of business.
Listen, you're on fire. You're on fire. I see what's going on here. You're wild.
Oh.
You're a great guy. What is with your hair? You're going to keep your hair long, or are you ever going to cut it again? I noticed when you were governor, you played the game.
Yeah.
Right.
You cut your hair.
You have to, because in our country, and actually, Howard, I can't even run for office anymore.
Why?
Well, as much like George, I've come out of the closet.
What do you mean?
I'm an atheist.
I see, because everyone says God, right? If they don't say God, they don't get elected.
I don't believe you can be an atheist and admit it and get elected in our country.
You almost have to you have to get that shot if you walking into a church and praying to Jesus.
That's why, because we live in a fascist country, which is fascism means when corporations and organized religion take over the government.
Were you always an atheist?
No, I was a Lutheran.
When did you come to the conclusion there is no God?
Because, surprisingly, who convinced me was George Carlin.
What did he say?
Well, he said this. He said, I believe in the sun, and so do I now. And I worship the sun because the sun gives me everything I want. It gives me warmth. It gives me my food. And most importantly, Howard, it comes up every morning and I can see it. So it gives me great credibility.
So, Governor, what is
great credibility? I can see the sun.
It's this imaginary. Maybe we need imaginary friends to get through life. You know?
Well, and I don't hold it against anyone, but to me, until they can prove to me. And in my 59 years, I have never, ever come in contact with God.
In your opinion...
I know you have, because I remember when you were trying to have that baby, and God was talking to you.
In your opinion, what is this all about? Now,
what? What is what about?
The life.
What is the purpose of man?
Why are we here? Are we here alone?
Geez, I don't know. Go ask the Dalai Lama.
No, but wait a second, though. You think about this. Why are we here? Like, what was the purpose of all of this?
We evolved.
Is this an accident?
No, we're a product of evolution.
Is this recreated anywhere else in the universe?
I don't know.
Why don't you know these things? You always have an answer.
Do your conspiracy theories go to the level of extraterrestrial
You were a
life?
professional wrestler. Who's going to know this stuff?
Robin, we have enough conspiracies that we do. I don't need to worry about aliens.
Governor,
I want you to come back.
You're a Buddhist.
Where are the bees?
Me?
A Buddhist.
Where are
Yes,
the
you
bees? Where are the aliens? Are we here alone? And why are we here in the first place? Answer that stuff and then come back.
Next book.
Okay.
Go home and think about it.
All right.
What's the matter with you? Jesse Ventura, great guest, great guy. He knows everything.
No, he doesn't.
Although I stumped him today, he doesn't know why we're here.
He just asks questions.
Why
I
are
can't
we?
believe
Think about
he was converted by a George Carlin routine.
Do you think we're going to die and then just like what happens to the essence of the Jesse Ventura?
I think that we may become energy.
Energy.
Yes.
Who wants to become energy? I don't want to be energy. I want to be here.
Well,
we are.
I don't want. Aren't you excited by all this computer stuff?
Well, I'll give you another example.
Don't you love the iPad?
What is God really? He's a guy in the sky that wants your money.
Right. That's right. We seem to be paying.
Why would he need my money if he's up in the sky?
And he made everything.
Are you excited by all this new technology?
Wait, and you know what else gets me?
Yeah.
They said God created the earth in 6 days, right? And then in the 7th day he rested?
Right.
Well, then why do we put him to work on the 7th day? That's his day of rest. Let him have the day off. Pray to him on Monday and have church on Monday instead. Let the guy have a day off.
We've all seen pictures.
Right, George?
We've all
Governor,
seen
you
pictures.
should look into Buddhism. You
Should
sound
I?
very Buddhistic.
Really?
Yes. We all have seen pictures of guys, primitives praying to rocks and stones, and we laugh at that. Yeah. And yet there really isn't much difference between.
So we pray to nothing at all.
Right.
Yeah,
at least if you have a rock, the sun is a good thing to pray to.
Sure.
Sun Ra.
That's where, when the combination happened, there were sun worshippers who combined with the Christians. Where do you think halos came from?
Right.
And all that stuff is when they had to change a few of the rules to include other people.
Are you excited by the new technology, or do you see it as threatening? I love my iPad too. Do you have one?
No,
I love it.
I've never owned a cell phone. I've never done a computer.
Why? Why anti-technology? I mean, I know that's sort of an affect in a way. It's like, I'm not gonna change my ways. But you're a progressive thinker.
Yeah, but because I look at it this way, Howard, between computers, cell phones, and the television, you got people spending 16 hours a day looking at screens.
Yeah, but
Go out and live real life.
When you were on the plane today and you were coming in, or whenever you took the plane, the private plane, I may add, who paid for that? Did you pay for that?
No, the book publisher.
You're kidding? How did you get a book publisher to pay for that? They don't pay for anything.
I threatened them.
And so when you are on the plane, wouldn't it be nice to have that iPad? I'm all set. I'm going out to California. I got a trip I plan. I got an iPad. I loaded it up with films. I'm going to watch movies. I'm going to check all the news things. Well, that's exciting, no? And that's great for a guy like you.
I pick up an old-fashioned book on the plane and, read it. You can turn the pages physically instead of looking at a screen.
I never thought of that.
So I just kind of read a book.
All right. Listen, speaking of books, Governor, you've done it again. You've written your what? This is the fourth book.
Fifth.
All right. Jesse Ventura's book, 63 Documents the Government Doesn't Want You to Read. It's in stores now. Maybe you'll learn something.
Howard, you're going to California?
Yes.
Well, damn it, why don't you just, when you get done there, jump on one plane to Cabo San Lucas. I'll pick you up and come and spend a few days with me.
I'm afraid to be alone with you.
My wife will be there.
How can I be fun for you? You hang out. You hung out with these, the Hulk Hogan types. Not Hulk. I know you
did not.
But I'm just saying, you were a professional wrestler. You look at me like a woman. I mean, I'm too feminine for you.
Wouldn't you go surfing with him?
Hell no. I'm dying to surf, but I'm so afraid.
Howard,
could you teach me how to surf?
I'm begging you.
Imagine me and you on surfboards.
Fly.
You put me in a bikini. I know it.
I'm just learning too.
Are you?
Sure.
And with your hips and everything else,
Absolutely.
You're able to do it?
It's the good thing now. It's called paddle surfing. You get with a paddle and you got the board. You stand on it and paddle.
I can't even do that.
That way you don't have to get up and down when the wave comes.
Right.
You drop right into
tall
it.
Are you?
You're 6'4".
And you're able to stand on this thing, huh?
Not all the time. That's part of the fun. Howard, please.
Why am I so feminine looking? Why don't I have more size
when
like
you go to L.A., come and visit me. And don't tell me you can't afford it, because I know you just signed a new damn contract.
Yeah, well.
What the hell would it cost you? $500 round trip?
It ain't the money. I just don't know if
Howard,
you're
I'll protect you.
You're going to be so bored with me.
How do I
what
get
if the
bored with
federales
you?
come and take us
Well,
away?
then bring George with too.
Bobo, quick question. Let me see how you handle people's questions. That's what you're going to have to do tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Bobo.
Hey, now, listen to me. Howard's been calling me insane. My theory of 2012 is what you've been saying. Where are you going to be December 21st?
What is all this? The world is going to end in 2012. What is that? I don't even know about that.
What it is this, Howard, if you'll let me explain it a moment as I know it. The last time it happened, apparently every 150 years, the sun cleanses itself.
Right.
And it shoots these solar flares out into the solar system.
Okay.
Well, the Earth has a magnetic force field around it.
I thought so.
But if you go to NASA, they'll even verify this. We have a hole in ours. They don't know why, but there's a hole in
our
the
magnetic field.
Force field.
Okay.
So in these solar flares, the last one happened in like 1860. It did not have a major effect because we did not have electricity much then.
Right.
But now that we have electricity, what these solar flares can do, it could knock out the entire grid system of the United States.
And you're off the grid.
Well, I'm okay.
Right.
But look what happens in New York. If you go dark for 12 hours, you got chaos.
Chaos. Were you impressed that in Japan there was not one incident of looting or carrying on? With all of the loss of power they had there and all the chaos, The people there behaved. Impressive, right?
Well, they sure weren't Americans, were they?
They're not. Americans don't know from that. Do you think that's because Japan is one sort of racial community or something like that?
Well, in Japan, you're brought up in a certain style like you are in China and these different countries that it comes from within. It's part of their heritage.
We are a divided people. Is that what the problem
we're
is?
everything from everywhere.
Right.
You got George, you got me, you got you. We're all. You got Robin.
They got Fred.
By the way,
don't bring up Steve Langford's kid.
And in fact, Robin will like this.
Yes.
Being that I believe in evolution, I'm going to get one of those T-shirts that says "I'm African American."
You are.
Yes, because
you are.
Everybody
came
is.
from the same place.
Will you wear that the next time you're here?
Well, I'm going to try to get one. You know, who is it? Christopher.
Because I'm going to have you locked up if you walk
or whatever. But
Howard.
Yes.
I have one more question. Jesse, please tell them about the New World Order underneath the Denver airport. Tell them the government is under a tear.
Bobo, tell the governor your IQ. He got an 87. We had him tested.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
he's
what he's talking about is under the new Denver airport.
Go ahead.
There supposedly is this huge bunker. Because have you been to the Denver airport? The new one?
I don't go anywhere.
Okay, well, it's weird.
Yeah.
Because it's located out in the middle of nowhere. Right. It's 25 miles from the city, and there's not one hotel by it.
So what's
going
on?
Have you ever seen an airport that don't have a hotel by it?
So what's going on?
Well, supposedly, when the shit hits the fan, the chosen ones will go into these bunkers they're building.
That are underneath the airport. Who are the chosen ones? Like the president and these kind of people?
I guess the chosen.
Not us. I ain't no fortunate son.
It ain't us, because I'm an independent. I don't belong to the two
parties. Do you believe the
parties.
bees are there? The bees have to be somewhere.
The bees have to be somewhere.
You know about everything. It's impressive.
I do not.
Bobo brings up a subject. You know about it.
Well, you know.
You're well read.
Yeah.
You read the New York Times?
No, I read books.
Books?
Yeah.
What book should I be reading so I can get smart like you?
Well, one that I read this year that might interest you, Howard, is Manson Now.
Charles Manson?
Yeah.
You read about him?
Yeah, I've read. But
I believe Manson.
Wait till you hear this.
Yeah.
He gets, how sick is this? He gets so much mail in prison, there's 2 inmates assigned strictly just to do his mail.
See, I need to read about that.
Is that unbelievable?
That's amazing.
I get bored with books. I get bored with the books. It's hard for me to stay focused. It really is. That's why I read magazines.
Howard, now don't come and see me. Will you do that?
Will we read books together?
No, we'll chase rattlesnakes. That's
fun.
Fun.
It. I'm a pussy. I'm not into that stuff.
Well, you can stand behind me.
I like a glass of wine. We'll sit around.
We can do that.
All right.
I'm serious, Howard. If you're going to L.A., fly to Cabo, email me.
I'm not flying anywhere.
Come down. Well, how you getting to L.A., running?
I'm going under protest. I'm going to visit my daughter, and I'm going to, and my wife wants to go, and so I'm going. Believe me, I'm going under protest. I don't like any of this nonsense.
Howard, I have one more question for the governor.
Okay.
Bobo, what is this, 60 Minutes?
No. Where are you going to be on December 21st, 2012?
He's obsessed with 2012.
I will be down in Mexico because they told me that if you're off the grid like I am and you have solar power, I asked the expert, I said, what'll happen to me if I'm off the grid on solar power? He said, well, probably the only negative thing for you is you're going to have 100,000 people who want to live with you.
Well, let me tell you something. If something goes down, then I will visit you.
It'd be too late then, Howard. You got to come before
I'm coming.
Don't
the
you
day
come
before.
just when the shit hits the fan.
I'm coming December 31st.
Don't you come when the shit hits the fan.
That's when I show up and be there for me.
You better come down and visit me.
You know where I'm
going to
be in 2012? I'm not going to be with Bobo. That's where I'm not going to be.
Yeah, if Bobo's going there, you're not going.
You're going to take my kid, man.
And what do we think of this John Hinckley being free? He shot the president. He's walking around. He's got a girlfriend. You read about this?
No.
He's got a girlfriend.
No.
He has basically visitation everywhere he goes. This guy shot the president, and forget the president. The president lived. He shot this James Brady in the head. He wrecked this guy's fucking life, and now he's running around like he's Mr. America. You know what I'm saying?
Well, blame the system. Why did they let him out?
The system stinks. The system is dirty.
Well, the problem is this.
Thank you.
I'm opposed to capital punishment, but on the flip side, I believe if you're sentenced to life in prison,
yes.
Why did they call it life if you can get parole?
Yeah.
Amen.
That's not life.
You're right.
No, I don't want anyone put to death because with the new DNA and all that, look at all the people they find that are innocent.
Look at George just woke up. How come you're so into that? What happened?
Well, no, I've always been against the
death penalty.
But life should be life. When you're sentenced to life, it don't mean you get a parole hearing in 8
I agree
years.
with you. All right.
There should be consistency.
Now you got George all charged up,
Yeah,
and you're
he's
going to
gonna
leave, and I
start
got to deal with him.
piping up.
That's right. That's right.
And George, I bet, is tough to deal with, isn't
Yes,
he?
George,
He just has a look like he is
this
trouble.
morning. This morning
he looks like trouble waiting to happen.
This morning, he put me through the ringer. I mean, it's unbelievable. Okay, look.
No, you're a bold truth talker. I really have.
You've got a
great
fan
admiration
over there.
Well, thank you, George. And all I can say is,
live long and prosper.
Live long and
there
prosper.
you go.
That's right.
Exactly.
Goddamn right.
Wait.
When's the show going to go on?
There
What?
it is, right there. Howard.
What?
Hey,
But we're all giving each other the Vulcan. That's the true sign of
Wait a
nerds.
minute, George has his finger and his thumb sticking out. Is that wrong?
George can't do the
like
Vulcan
this.
sign.
Yeah, I have trouble doing it too, but I got it there.
George, are you saying on the Vulcan sign that you should have your thumb spread out?
Yes.
Oh, you should.
should?
Okay, there we go.
How do you know
Thumb
that?
is spread out. I can do
Leonard Nimoy invented it.
I know, and he told you that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Listen.
Hey, Howard, one more thing. When is this show coming back? Conspiracy Theory.
Well, right now, we think it's coming back, but as you always know in Hollywood, you don't know for sure till they actually do it. But we're in communication.
Were the ratings good? Do you think
ratings are phenomenal?
So then why wouldn't they bring it back?
Well, they censored one of them. The government came down on the network and only allowed one of them to be showed one time, and they had to pull it. They now acknowledge I made it. That was the one on Police State, where we discovered that there's a bill that the Department of Homeland Security got passed where FEMA is building no less than 6 internment camps.
Oh, my.
George, internment camps. George was in an internment
Well, the
camp.
last time we had them was during World War II, and we put our Japanese American citizens in there.
I grew up in them. I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, guess, I don't know. That's who's going into them. That's the question I had. Who are these being built
George
for?
grew up in an internment camp. He was locked up.
Because of the Japanese, the war,
I'm
World
an
War II?
American of Japanese ancestry.
You want to go down?
I looked
you
like
want
the
to go
people
down?
who bombed Pearl Harbor.
You want to go down to the governor's place with me? We'll hang out. We can
All
talk
right,
about
I'll
it.
join you.
All right, listen. Okay.
I could learn a lot from this man here.
Yeah, believe me, you could.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I can learn a lot from George, too,
Of course
because
you
he
could.
tells
A little
me
bit
how
of
to say
Buddhism.
tsunami.
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 All right, listen.
It's
We've
clear,
said a
right
lot.
there
Let
on
people
paper.
think about what you've said.
Okay.
All right. Jesse Ventura's book, 63 Documents the Government Doesn't Want You to Read, is in stores now.
How did we lose control of our government?
Well, when a coup d'etat happens, when they killed President Kennedy, that's a good way, because if you can get away with murdering the president, what can't you get away with?
Ken, what do you want? Go ahead in Mountainside, New Jersey. Quickly, the governor has an agenda.
Hey, Jesse, nice to talk to you. Quick theory I heard was that supposedly at the North and South Pole, that beyond the poles there's an opening and that there's an inner Earth. I'll give you quick examples. There's Admiral Byrd back in World War II time that supposedly the military sent him on journeys.
Do you believe the earth is hollow, is what this man is asking?
Hollow? No. I don't think
You
it
think
is.
people are walking from one end to the other to get
I think there could be.
I believe the earth is hollow. What do you think of that?
There's molten lava and all
prove
that
I'm
down
wrong.
there.
Good luck. What is it? The governor's
It's not hollow. I went to that movie, The Journey to the Center of the Earth. I remember that.
Someday. Yeah, what is it?
JD just sent me a great article about the governor's show. Did you see this thing where there's a conspiracy theory that it's being erased from people's DVRs? Do you know about this?
No.
There were people who were
He
saying
likes
that,
it, though.
that the show's being DVR'd, and then when they go there, it's been taken off.
Oh, yeah, the governor will check that out. Trust me. Believe me, there's something up there. All right, listen. Your head will explode. You start investigating that. Look, the governor wants to meet with you for some reason, and he will be signing copies of his book tonight from 7 to 9 at Bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Go over and say hello. Tomorrow night from 7 to 9 at the Barnes & Noble in Fresh Meadows, New York. Thursday night from 7:30 to 9 at the Barnes & Noble in Clifton, New Jersey. The book is called what? The book is called Governor Jesse Ventura's 63 Documents the Government Doesn't Want You to Read. And go pick one up in the stores. Thanks for coming in and seeing us.
Howard, always a pleasure. And
A real
Howard,
pleasure.
please come down and visit me.
I'm coming.
I promise you'll be safe. Nothing. You get down there and you'll realize Mexico is a beautiful place.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
a
you, Governor.
beautiful
I've been there many
place.
times. I'm just not going back. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
And by the way, if you do get down to Mexico, you can see the governor in his backyard worshiping the sun. He is now a sun worshiper.
Every morning I get up and worship the sun.
Governor.
Yep.
More injustices revealed during today's interview with Howard.
What injustices?
Well, things that are going on in our country that we don't know about.
Well, there's lots of things going on in our country we don't know about because when our country classifies 16 million documents top secret, I would say that's just about every document they put out. And as I said, I have every right to know what my government does because they use my tax money to do it, and I have every right to know what my tax money is being spent on. It's my right as a citizen to know that.
In a democratic country.
In a democratic country, you should be able to know what your money is being spent on, and clearly our government is not open anymore. We're turning into one of the most secretive governments across the world today, and that's the wrong direction to be going. Thank God we got people like Howard Stern and people like that that'll have people like me on so that we can talk about things of this nature.
Now, you alluded to maybe a revolution to sort of destroy the two-party system as the solution.
Well, the revolution is simple. All you got to do is refuse to vote for Democrats and Republicans. It's that simple. We have the power in our own hands. Stop electing them. When they play blame, who's ruined our country? They've been in charge for the last 50 to 100 years, so any problems we have go right back to the Democrats and Republicans. They're the ones that have been in charge. So if our country's screwed up, it's their fault.
And you think a show like Howard's can help promote this type of
absolutely.
social change and
Howard,
change?
hey, rest assured, they're already trying to take control of the internet. You don't think they're going to try to get control of satellite radio? You think that they don't want to control where Howard Stern can't say profanity? You know, look what it was like for Howard when he was on regular radio. They were fining him every week. And yet we're supposed to have free speech. Oh, rest assured they will attempt to get control of satellite radio. The government don't like nothing they don't control. They want to control everything.
Hey, Governor, I have a quick question for you.
Yep.
Benji. If, let's say they give you a special pass to go through the airport.
Yeah. Well, they do to the speaker.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But let's say they do that for people, and more people. How do they know it's you?
You show your passport.
But isn't that easy to fake?
No. Passport, your picture's on it, it's issued to you by the U.S. government.
But wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
Isn't it an easier system not to have the passes?
My point is this. Certain elected officials are not required to. And what I'm suing over is the fact that how are they anymore not dangerous? How come I'm more dangerous than them?
No, I agree. But should anyone have passes?
I can't answer that. But here's the bigger question, which we didn't get into in there. Why is it the government's job to provide security for what's a private sector business? Airlines are private sector business. Now, why don't the airlines provide their own security?
I agree with you.
And if they did that, then I could have like 90% of my flights now are Delta since they merged with Northwest in Minnesota. That way I could have a relationship with Delta Airlines to where they know Jesse Ventura's no threat. When he comes out, produces his thing, give him a ticket and put him on the plane and he goes through nothing.
Are you okay with luggage being searched?
Sure, that's what ought to be searched more.
But isn't that the same, isn't the Fourth Amendment, wouldn't that be the same thing? Luggage or a person?
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe your luggage. Well, the Fourth Amendment does says your papers and all that stuff. So yeah, I suppose technically now that I think about it, maybe it is. You know, who knows? But luggage, you have to remember, also leaves you. Once you put it on the thing and it goes on the plane, you're no longer in charge of your luggage anymore. And did you see the thing where that pilot took the photo down on the tarmac, where all the security upstairs, and yet on the tarmac all they had to do is run a card through a thing. And who did they prosecute? The pilot for revealing it. He got prosecuted for revealing that. Again, killing the messenger, not the message. And yet, so how, here you got people, all they'd have to do, you could have the card, give it to me, I could be a terrorist, I run it through the thing, I could be down there right on the tarmac, because nobody, all you do is put a card through a thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying, we gotta get rid of cards.
Well, first of all, let me give you this one. Who have they caught? Nobody.
I don't know.
I mean, would they?
Oh, you mean?
Well, through what they're putting us through right now.
Right.
Who have they caught?
I don't know.
No one.
Yeah.
You think if they caught someone, it wouldn't be on the front page? Sure it would. They haven't caught anybody.
I think some people have been stopped, but I don't know if it's like people that were more crazy people.
Well, but I mean, what terrorist have they caught?
I don't know.
None.
I don't know.
None. Why do they automatically assume that terrorists are going to do the same thing? Wait, when I was a SEAL, you don't repeat yourself. You don't patternise yourself. If you've got an objective you're going to get, and you go in this way to get it, you don't come out the same way you go in. You come out as alternate route.
Do you think it's good for the planes to have any kind of checking out?
Sure they should. Absolutely. But it shouldn't be to what we're getting here, where they violate you and sexually assault you. Cops can't do it. If a cop pulls you over on the street, he cannot frisk you the way we're getting frisked at airports. And we haven't, remember this, when you go to the airport, they're treating you like you're guilty of something. You're guilty till you prove you're innocent.
Right. Well, I guess they would say you're choosing to go to the airport. They could say the same thing for the street, too.
Sure, but I mean, you're guilty. Aren't you supposed to be innocent until proven guilty? You have to prove you're innocent. Well, that's when you go in there, you're guilty.
But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're okay with the search of luggage, if you're okay with any kind of search, I don't see how it's different when it's your body.
Really?
I'm saying legally. If, let's say you're holding like a little purse with you, are you okay with that being searched?
No, you set it through the machine.
But should you have to do that?
Sure, because you could be carrying a gun.
Well, you could have a gun up your ass, too. I'm not saying you, I'm not saying actually, but someone could.
How do you get a gun up your ass?
I don't know. I've been to some parties and stuff.
People had guns up their asses.
I'm just saying metaphorically a gun up your ass. I'm not saying.
Well,
I knew prison was a possibility.
Why should I? Okay, because I have metal in my body, why should I be discriminated against? Why do I have to? Because I have metal, I can't help it.
This is the way I think of it. I don't know if it's the best system. I think they're trying to figure out what's the best way we can try to make it a little bit more secure. And let's figure out some overall strategies.
Well, always remember this. When the government tells you they're going to keep you safe, be prepared. You're going to lose your freedoms then in order to keep you safe. Here's my quote. I would rather face the terrorist on a daily basis than give up any one of my freedoms. So if you're willing to give up your freedoms for safety, then you have no problem. I refuse to do that. I refuse to give up my freedoms to have the government attempt to make me safe.
No, I don't like it. I'm just saying, is there a way to securely make the plane without doing something?
Sure, have a relationship with the airline. They know who you are. And if you fly all the time, they'll know.
Thanks, son.
Okay, take care.
Tell Benji he's officially a weirdo. He's out there interviewing. He's in a deep discussion with Jesse Ventura.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Like that was my point about Steve. Is just leave the guests alone. Why do you have to bug the guests, Benji? Like a whole thing. Jesse Ventura wants to just... Hey, Jesse, can you just clear something up? Just grab that mic for a second. Benji's annoying the shit out of you, isn't he?
Out there?
Yeah.
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 Thank you.
Can you explain that to my staff that you're trying to get out?
I was getting ready to bitch slap him.
No, but I mean, you're ready to get out, and this guy's got a whole fucking dialogue going on. And you're being nice to him because you're here and you like the show and everything, but he doesn't understand.
No, he grills me and all that. But no, I wanted to tell you, Howard.
Yeah.
My wife and I are contemplating applying for Mexican citizenship.
Really?
But how are you going to be vice president?
Well, because you can have dual citizenship. I'm not giving up my U.S. citizenship. I just want Mexican because I go down there so often. It has benefits, too. In Mexico, when you turn 60, if you're a citizen, they cut your property taxes in half.
Well, that's nice.
So I'm contemplating being, and then maybe, who knows, I could end up the president of Mexico.
That's good.
Do you speak Spanish?
Huh?
Do you speak Spanish?
Of course not. What do you need?
How do you
bother?
Why bother learning the language?
People come here and don't learn this language.
George Bush didn't know the language. He was president.
Well, that's true.
Besides, George, you get an interpreter.
All right, hey, Governor, thanks. I'm sorry Benji was hassling you. Benji, what are you doing? The guy doesn't give a shit about sitting out in the hall and doing an interview.
He just did a whole interview in here.
It's like when I went and did that Piers Morgan show. Every staff member there got me involved in a conversation. They're all nice people, don't get me wrong. At Letterman, they know. Nobody bothers you. Because they know you just want to go home.
Yeah.
What do you think? The governor wants to... How did you get involved anyway with him? Seriously.
This is off limits.
No, come on. Why did you get involved with him?
I thought there was a question that I asked him that I thought was an interesting question, and I thought it was okay, not always, but like in a general little way to sometimes if you're in the hall to do a little question.
Leave him alone. You go do your thing. He's not looking to be interviewed by you.
What was your question?
Yeah. What was the great question?
I don't remember exactly how it started, but it was about if he's okay with luggage being searched for airlines.
Hey, Gary, fire anyone who bothers the guests after they leave. Seriously.
Interesting question. Are you worried about your luggage being searched?
I mean, he sat there. He had to ask him that. The fucking guy just spoke to us for an hour. It's enough. Stop it. Seriously. I'm being serious. Stop it.
Howard,
Leave people alone. He didn't come searching for you, did he? You went and sought him out with this burning question. How far into the interview did you come up with that question?
No. I don't.
George, do you know what I'm talking about? Seriously.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, when you're on a set, even a movie set, you're trying to work. You can't sit there and entertain everyone.
Howard.
Benji, understand what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
So why'd you do it?
I didn't think. I thought it was okay when we do
what? To go hassle the guests? I just spoke to
you
Steve Langford about that.
You didn't see how hard he was working here. He was answering all the questions. He had to be up and on the whole. Let him go.
No, but hey, who wrote me this? Benji was talking to Jesse through the whole break, not just one question. Come and tell me what Benji does.
Howard.
Yeah. You asked him a series of questions.
No, I asked.
Why?
I thought it was okay for us.
Why? But why would he want to sit there and answer your question?
Well, I actually think it was an interesting question. If you see
for who? For you?
Yes.
Not for him.
No, listen, Howard.
He's him. He knows the answer. What was the benefit in doing that? Honestly, I'm not making a bit about this.
I thought it was okay for us to do that.
Jason, what does he do?
In the hall.
He's a fucking nut.
Well, I'm hearing that Benji does this a lot.
Well, Gary should walk over and say, Benji, get the fuck away from the guests.
But it was a 2-camera shoot when Benji was interviewing.
Of course, that's what he's doing. He's getting
he wants
camera
time. It's not necessary. The man's been gracious. He sat here for an hour and answered every one of my questions. I mean, what do you want from everyone? Stop it. This is how I make a living. You're interfering with it. What is it?
Yeah, Tim and I were in the green room, and we heard the whole thing. It was quite interesting. There was at one point, Benji was asking him about passports or something, but the conversation went to people could smuggle stuff into the country or whatever
and
with a gun up their ass. And they were talking about guns up the ass.
Jesse Ventura is being kind and answering your question because he's grateful to the show. He likes me.
Howard, calm down.
You're using me. You're using me. And when I'm used, I feel very violent.
Calm down a second, and I'll answer.
You're using me.
Calm down a second, and I'll answer.
Well,
I thought it was fine for us to do that. And
no,
I thought that was like
it is
like
not fine.
interactions
What
in
did
the
you
hall.
hear me talk about with Steve Langford?
That was something like off the show. I thought it was fine.
This is all, the hall is off the show.
I thought little interactions in the hall were fine.
No.
Do you want us?